for the thousands in attendance and the millions watching around the world. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble!
Yeah. What's up? This stuff by Coach Man Williams in the building. Yeah, man, you know, man, I appreciate everybody, man, for coming out right now, man. I know this kind of last minute. Normally we go on at 8 o'clock UK time, which would be 3 o'clock my time, Eastern Standard Time. But I had a lot of stuff, a lot of the running around I had to do. I've been very busy on social media, from Instagram to Twitter to Snapchat. Bro, this is like, wow. I've been seeing all of the posts, man, from Tyson Fury to Anthony Joshua. Anthony Joshua is you know, wow. It's amazing, man. Like all of the stuff that I've said that I showed you guys in the video yesterday, that video that I dropped May the 2nd, Anthony Joshua was saying pretty much the exact same thing that I've been saying, right? And he realizes it. And there's a video that someone sent me, a brother sent me on Instagram, where Joshua was talking about if he had to place a bet on who he would fight next, whether it's Alexander Usyk or Tyson Fury. This was back in December of last year. Anthony Joshua said he would bet his money on he would fight Alexander Usyk next. He said, because I'm dealing with Tyson Fury. You see what I'm saying? So you already know what time it is. Now, what I want to address is the elephant in the room. You see what I'm saying? I checked this latest tweets. I got AJ tweets right here. I'm going to share it with everybody. I got AJ tweets right here. But anyways, before we get started, shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Shout out to my main man, Wizard Sleeve. Shout out to New Money DMG. Shout out to KB in the building. Shout out to Ram. What's good, fam? Ram, what's good, fam? I like that. I rhymed on accident. Play on words. Shout out to Victor. You see what I'm saying? Shout out to Bacon and Eggs. Shout out to the Partha. What's going on, fam? Let's see. Andrew, Abdul, what's going on, fam? King Mighty, just like King Mighty, as I was told. Andrew Roberts. Shout out to my main man, Brandon. Shout out to Dragon Leg. I like that. Shout out to my brother, Peter Reeves. Shout out to Boxing's Future. Shout out to Nick G. You see what I'm saying? Shout out to Captain Al Pacino. Shout out to Peter Von Arts. You see what I'm saying? So shout out to Bruce Leroy, the real McCoy. Hey, man, I love your name, bro. I love your name. Even though I like Show Nuff. I like Show Nuff. Now, I wasn't crazy about Bruce Leroy. Show Nuff was my guy. You see what I'm saying? So just letting you know, that was my main man. Shout out to King Copa. What's going on, fam? Anyways, man, let's go ahead and address this. Shout out to the SCL. Shout out to the SCSL. You see what I'm saying? The AJ, the boogeyman. Listen, man. Let me tell you something, man. Listen, even if you are a Tyson Fury fan, you can't clean this up. Everybody see what time it is now. There's nothing that can be said. I don't care how you flip it. Listen, bro, the crazy part about it is I'm looking at Tyson Fury Instagram right now, and he's trying to flip it and throw it on AJ and Eddie Hearn. Basically, he's saying that it was their fault. Basically, he was saying that, hey, you know, he's the good guy. You guys are the bad guys. Both of y'all are Fury in the wrong. Both of y'all are full of it. Bro, listen, Fury is a fraud all the way in and all the way out. This guy is the biggest fraud in boxing. Period. Shout out to my brother Retro Boxing. Hey guys, and I have my Ali bell I ordered a real bell, so I had that coming, man. So everybody say they can't hear when I hit the Tyson bell on my Elgato Stream Deck. So I just went ahead and ordered me a real bell. It only cost from Amazon. It only cost me like $45. So that'll be here tomorrow. So anyway, I just want to address the elephant in the room, man. Shout out to my brother, man, Retro Boxing, man. Please subscribe to his channel, man. This brother here is pretty much like, it's a lot about the sport of boxing that he really knows, man. And I really love his take on the sport and just the angle that he comes at. You know, he's very, very objective. He's very objective. There's no subjection when it comes to Retro Boxing in his channel. He's very objective when it comes to talking about the sport of boxing. He's straight down the middle. You know, he's not on nobody's side. He loves the sport of boxing. And this is what I'm saying. You know, this channel here, man, I want to get back to the sport of boxing. We not on no fanboy stuff. whether it's Anthony Joshua, whether it's my guy, favorite fighter, Terrence Crawford, whether it's Errol Spence, whether it's Tyson Fury. We not on no fanboy stuff. We are strictly, we love the sport of boxing. You see what I'm saying? But listen, Tyson Fury, I was calling him the Gypsy Queen. I can't call him the Gypsy Queen anymore. We gotta, the guy's a fraud. The guy's a fraud. I don't care how you slice it, how you dice it. I don't care who you with, how long you've been knowing him. This guy is a fraud, period. There's nothing that he can say. As a matter of fact, guys, let's go ahead and let me go ahead and share the screen because I'm doing too much talking. I'm doing too much talking right now. Let me share the screen. Let me share the screen right quick, guys. We're gonna go to Anthony Joshua's page. I even follow Anthony Joshua on Snapchat. So let's do this. Let's get rid of my brother. Let me see. What you say? Tyson Fury. Yes, sir. Tyson Fury. That's a good name. That's a good name, Tyson Fury. So let's see. Let me see. Can I make this big for you guys? All right, here we go. So check this out. Everybody have seen this already. I've been getting all kind of messages. Everybody has seen this. So Anthony knock him out the box, Joshua. That's what I call him. You guys know. You guys know. You know what it is. Come on, what's wrong with my mouse? Bro, let me tell you something, bro. I have a mouse. I'm having so many issues with this thing. Okay, here we go. Anthony knock him out the box, Joshua. So basically, this is what Anthony Joshua said. Anthony Joshua running the game. You see, that's him jogging right there. Anthony Joshua said, and he added Tyson Fury on Twitter. He said the whole world now sees you for the fraud that you are. This is correct. This is for all you guys who say Anthony Joshua was scared. He don't talk. He keep his mouth closed. Now he's talking. Now the Tyson Fury fanboys are mad that he's talking. You know what I mean? Remember, I told you guys yesterday how they're going to try to flip it, right? I told you guys yesterday that no one who loves Tyson Fury is going to hold him accountable. No one who loves the Lion King. I have to call him the Lion King. I can't even call him the Gypsy King. He's the Lion King. No one who loves this guy, who believes in this guy, who thinks he's the best fighter in the world. No one who says there is only one Tyson Fury. I told you guys that they're not going to hold him accountable. And I told you guys yesterday that they're going to try to flip it, right? This is exactly what's going on. So basically, as you can see, that Anthony knock him out the box, Joshua says, the world now sees you for the fraud that you are. You've let boxing down. You lied to the fans and led them on. You used my name for clout, not a fight. Now, you know, I dropped the video May the 2nd saying that they was clout chasing him. Now Anthony Joshua gets it. He said, bring me any championship fighter who can handle their business correctly. And then Tyson Fury tries to flip it over here. Tyson Fury says, at Anthony Joshua, you're more full of it than Eddie, spouting absolute it. You say your full team knew there was an ongoing arbitration. It was out of my hands. But I tell you what, now he tries to deflect now. But I tell you what, what if I'm a fraud? Let's fight this weekend, bare knuckles, till one man quits. And let's put up 20 million each. Child to the please. This is called a deflection tactic. So now he's saying it was out of his hands. He's saying you knew he had an ongoing arbitration. Yes, but your team was telling Eddie Hearn that, hey, don't worry about the arbitration. Yeah, everything's going to be fine. If Eddie Hearn knew that it was going to go down like this, from his inexperience, he never would have went all around the world to try to make this fight happen. So now he's trying to flip it and say you guys knew it was an ongoing arbitration, so it was your fault for putting all the work in trying to make this fight happen. So what Anthony Joshua says? Anthony Joshua's response is this: if there was an arbitration going on, why announce to the world we are fighting? Remember Tyson Fury said that on a Sunday? You know, I just talked to the Prince of Saudi Arabia, yada, 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 yada. This fight is going down. I can't wait to get my hands on the big Dawson. Remember that? And then the next day, which was Monday, the arbitration came back and said that they ruled in Tyson and Deontay Wilder's favor. So Anthony Joshua said if there was an arbitration going on, why announce to the world we are fighting? The fight was signed, undisputed. Bare knuckle, you are a good kid. Don't play with me, Luke. You see what I'm saying? I'll slap your bald head and you'll do nothing. Waste man. You see what I'm saying? So other than that, that's it, man. That's what's going on with that. Just a bunch of Twitter, just a bunch of Twitter talk as relate to that. But remember what I told you guys. I said that Tyson Fury and his team and people who represent him will try to flip it and throw it on Anthony Joshua. Tyson Fury is saying that he's saying it's Eddie Hearns and Anthony Joshua full of it, and it's pretty much their fault because they knew he had an ongoing arbitration. But you was the same guy that was saying that your team was saying Wilder didn't have a leg to stand on. Wilder lost the arbitration. The contract expired, and you lied and said all of this stuff to Eddie Hearn. Eddie Hearn believed you like a fool. He's only 41 years old. He's inexperienced. So Bob Arum is 49 years older than Eddie Hearn. So he's been around long enough. You see what I'm saying? So basically, remember, and guess what? If you go to any of these pro Tyson Fury channels, they're not holding him accountable. None of them. They're saying that Anthony Joshua is ducking Tyson Fury to this day. I can't make this up. Bro, I don't know what kind of gypsy spell that Tyson Fury has on his fans, but his fans are, bro, like, there's no difference between Tyson Fury fanboys and Wilder fanboys. They are the same. Neither side, both sides attack Joshua, and both sides do not hold their champion accountable. Literally. Like, I can't make this up. You see what I'm saying? I can't believe this fool Tyson Fury trying to flip this on Joshua and Eddie Hearn. Eddie, listen, you were the same guys that saying that I haven't seen this, I haven't seen that. Send me the paperwork, send me the document. I need proof of this, I need proof of that. Eddie Hearn did everything. He got played like a fool now. He's going to learn from this experience. Eddie Hearn did everything in his power to oblige these guys, just for them to turn around and flip and say that it's their fault. Now, all of this, Dragon Leg. Listen, Dragon Leg, you're not the only one who told me, fam. It was Lady Shan told me too. There's a lot of people told me about them Tyson Fury fanboys. Them Tyson Fury fanboys, man, is something else, bro. I don't know who's more delusional, Tyson Fury fanboys or Wilder fanboys. And the crazy part about it is Tyson Fury fanboys don't like Wilder fanboys. Wilder fanboys don't like Tyson Fury fanboys, but both of them are one and the same. They deserve each other. Tyson Fury and Wilder deserve each other. Tyson Fury fanboys and Wilder fanboys, they deserve each other. So then Anthony Joshua said that. Then Anthony Joshua said that he may put together a GoFundMe page to raise up $20 million to pay Deontay Wilder step aside money. But guess what though? You say Angus say don't forget about the AJ fanboys. To be honest with you, brother, I'm gonna be perfectly honest with you, Angus. I haven't had any bad experiences with Anthony Joshua fanboys. I'm just being completely honest with you. I'm only speaking from my experience because no one really talks about Anthony Joshua like that, right? So I'm just speaking from my experience on my channel, what I experienced, because I get attacked from both. I get attacked from Wilder fanboys and I get attacked from Tyson Fury fanboys. I have not got attacked from any of the Anthony Joshua fanboys. So I'm just letting you know. I'm speaking on my experience, from my experience. You see what I'm saying? From my experience, I haven't had any of that stuff coming from Anthony Joshua's side of the fence. I'm just being honest with you. I can tell you who I get threats from. I can tell you who I get threats from all the time. I can show you some stuff on my YouTube, on my comment section. YouTube filters out inappropriate words on the channel, and I can tell you that's where I get it from. So that's all I can talk to you about. You know what I mean? So basically, no one is going to hold Tyson Fury accountable. The whole planet knows that this guy lied and he's a fraud. The whole planet knows that the Gypsy Queen, is a liar. If Anthony Joshua would have did the exact same thing that Tyson Fury just pulled him, Frank Warren, and Bob Arum, bro, you had a whole world jumping down his throat. They don't keep that same energy. They don't keep that same energy when they don't keep that same energy. You see what I'm saying? What you say, fam? Ain't none of them lames doing anything, bro. They ain't coming to our state with that drama. Yeah, man, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. It's crazy. Sorry about the noise, guys. Hold on for a minute. So basically, it's Eddie Hearn and Anthony Joshua fault. It's Eddie Hearn and Anthony Joshua fault that Tyson Fury lied to everybody. It's Eddie Hearn and Anthony Joshua fault that Frank Warren and Bob Arum lied to everybody. It's Eddie Hearn and Anthony Joshua fault that Tyson Fury knew that the arbitrator more than likely was going to rule in Deontay Wilder's favor, and he wasn't going to fight Anthony Joshua. It's Eddie Hearn and Tyson Fury fault that they knew that they had this arbitration going on. So what they did was Bob Arum conveniently secured a date for Las Vegas, July 24th, months ahead of time. He didn't do it last week. He didn't do it yesterday. He did it months ahead of time. He had that date reserved. Guess why he had it reserved? How do you have a date for July 24th reserved for a fight when you at the same time are negotiating, quote unquote, with another fighter to fight in the UK? That means that you had no intentions on fighting that fighter anyways. You use Eddie Hearn, played him like the fool, and he was a fool, to believe anything Bob Arum says for clout, and then now y'all moving on and act like nothing is going on. See, when you can effortlessly lie like that, the way Tyson Fury does and Bob Arum does, and nobody holds you accountable, you can't never deal with nobody like that again. If I was Anthony Joshua, I don't care what happened with the Wilder fight. I wouldn't care what happened. I wouldn't care what happened with that Wilder fight or and I said this yesterday, guys, or Tyson Fury. Whoever wins that fight, if any one of those fools come and call my name out, we don't even respond. If I was the representative of Anthony Joshua, we don't even respond. We don't even respond. You want to know why we don't respond? Because we don't believe you. We're not playing no more. We're not playing these crackhead games. No. Here go my term sheet. You got to chase me. You want to fight me? You do all the lead work. You make it happen. This is what I want. I want $100 million. Come up with $100 million if you want to fight me. Come up with $100 million. I'm going to fight you in the UK. This is what we're going to do. You come up with $100 million and you do all the promotion to make it happen. That's what I would say if I was Anthony Joshua. Tyson Fury would never be able to get me in the ring with him. The only way that would happen, you would have to pay me $100 million. And guess what we're going to do, Tyson Fury? I need to see the money in my account first, just like you said. I need $100 million, Bob Arum and Frank Warren, in my account first. And this is where we're going to fight at. In the UK in Wembley Stadium. That's what I need. Deontay Wilder, same thing for you, sir. Because I went down this road 3 years ago with you. We're not going to play these games. But I'm not even going to bring up Deontay Wilder in this situation, because as it relates to Tyson Fury, Deontay Wilder was right the whole time. You see what I'm saying? The whole time. Dragon Leg, what you say? AJ needs to pull up. Nah, he don't need to pull up. Why pull up for what? I wouldn't even pull up. He's a cash cow. At this point, it'll look like Anthony Joshua is begging for a fight. He don't need to beg. You have 3 belts. You are the cash cow of the heavyweight division. You don't beg people to fight you. No, you don't do that. Canelo don't beg people to fight them. You don't do that. You see what I'm saying? No, you just go ahead and let them go ahead on. Let them go ahead on. It is what it is. You know what I mean? I'm kind of rooting for Wilder though to knock Tyson Fury out, to be honest with you. I'm just being honest with you. Even though Wilder can't fight, I can't say can't fight. Even though Wilder is not a good boxer, and Tyson Fury is the better boxer between the two. But I just want to see Tyson Fury get his whole neck knocked off by Deontay Wilder. I'm just being honest with you. I will be pulling for the Twerkinator that night. I will be pulling for Deontay Wilder that night, the Bronze Bomber. If Tyson Fury was fighting a midget, I'm rooting for the midget. If Tyson Fury was fighting a third grader, I'm putting money on the third grader. I would never in my life support Tyson Fury. I would never in my life support him in any way, bet on him or anything ever again in life. Never. I have never seen anything like this in my 47 years of living on the planet as it relates to the sport of boxing. And I've seen a lot in the sport of boxing, but I ain't never seen nothing like this. You turn around, right? You turn around and you use another man's name for clout. Then you flip it and try to make it look like it was their fault. That's like me breaking into your house, robbing you, holding your family hostage at gunpoint, and then I turn around and say it was your fault that I held the gun in my hand and robbed you. It was your fault that I robbed you. That's basically what Tyson Fury is saying. It was your fault that I robbed you. It was your fault that I lied to you. It was your fault that I deceived you. It was your fault that you knew I had an ongoing arbitration, even though that you said that that don't worry about arbitration. We're gonna, Wilder don't stand a snowball chance in hell of winning the arbitration and all this stuff there, only to find out that all of that was a total lie. Really though. And then they turn around and say, then the liar, the Gypsy Queen, turns around and say that the liar, the Gypsy Queen, that's going to be his name. The liar, the Gypsy Queen. Then he turns around and says that Wilder want $20 million step aside. That's a lie. You want to know how I know that's a lie? You want to know how I know that's a lie? Because when you go to Malik Scott's Instagram page, they don't say anything about they want 20 million. They say they don't want no step aside money. So who am I to believe? The Lion Gypsy or Malik Scott? I believe Malik Scott over the Lion Gypsy. Again, you guys from the UK told me straight up. You said that every time Tyson Fury moves his lips, he's lying. So now Tyson Fury turns around and say Wilder wants $20 million step aside. I don't believe that. Wilder never asked for any step aside money. Never. I trust Malik Scott more than I trust Tyson Fury. Because you don't hear nothing from Malik Scott. Nothing. Malik Scott don't even really talk. He don't even say nothing. But Tyson Fury, put it this way, I believe anybody on the planet before I believe Tyson Fury and Bob Arum and Frank Warren. When it comes to Frank Warren, Bob Arum, and Tyson Fury, I believe a rattlesnake before I believe any of those guys. Literally. Malik Scott word is credible to me. You know why his word is credible to me? Because he ain't no known liar like Tyson Fury. Period. Period. Bottom line. Exactly, Mr. T. Bob said during Sporty Icons channel that multiple interviews, Wilder had no case. But while he was saying Wilder had no case, guess what he did? He secured a venue for July 24th in Las Vegas. Bob Arum is the same guy that says, yesterday I was lying, but today I'm telling the truth. Wow. You see what I'm saying? So, it is what it is. But yeah, man, I don't have no venom against him, but I just don't like the guy. I just don't like the guy. I can't rock with nothing Tyson Fury does ever again in life. I don't like the guy. I'm done with him. Y'all can call me a Tyson Fury hater. That'll be accurate if you want to say that. I ain't got no problem with that. I ain't got no problem with that. I had a few people who hit me up who were fans of Tyson Fury. They said that they are disgusted and they threw with Tyson Fury. There's no way to spin this. You can't spin this. If you had a spinning top, you couldn't spin this. There's no way to spin this. I can't deal with that dude anymore. Again, as it relates to as it relates, I'm saying not on this channel. I can't deal with him anymore. Not after this stunt right here. I'm not telling if anybody who support Tyson Fury, keep on supporting him. I'm not telling you not to support him. That's your guy. Roll with him till the wheels fall off. But as it relates to me, Coach Malachi Williams, nah, I can't go for that. I can't go for that. Because if Anthony Joshua would have did this, you same Fury supporters would be calling him every name in the book. And you still calling him every name in the book. To this day, like you can go to all these different pro Tyson Fury UK channels, or even some pro Tyson Fury American channels. They do not hold him accountable. Angus, you're right about that. So anyways, this weekend we have Jose Ramirez and Josh Taylor fighting. I'm going to cover that tomorrow. I'm going to cover that. As a matter of fact, let me remove this. Stop sharing this. I'm going to cover that tomorrow. But I'm going to talk about it a little bit to this day, right? Jose Ramirez and Josh Taylor, that's a damn good fight. That's a 50-50 fight. That's a 50-50 fight. Flip back to Anthony Joshua. I'm glad Anthony Joshua was talking. The gypsy, the guy who liked kissing men in the mouth, is a fraud. I don't want to hear nothing about he's no baddest man on the planet. I don't want to hear none of that. He's a fraud. He's everything that Deontay Wilder said he was and some. And he's a coward. The gypsy queen who liked to kiss me in the mouth, except for Safari, a couple other people, and Deontay Wilder, they need each other. They deserve each other. Both of them deserve each other. Period. But now, let's go ahead and go on to Jose Ramirez and Josh Taylor. It's a 50-50 fight. Both men are 5'10" tall. Both men have strong points and weak points. If the Jose Ramirez and Josh Taylor fight, I'm going for Josh Taylor, in my opinion. But guess what? I don't see really no hell of advantages that Josh Taylor can kind of have. He's a southpaw. So that'll really do it. But both of them are the same height. They 5'10" tall. Both of them can bang. Josh Taylor can also get lured into wars. Josh Taylor can also get lured into a war. So I want Josh Taylor to fight more tactical. I don't think Josh Taylor can go to war with the Jose Ramirez. I don't think he can. I could be wrong, but I don't think he can. You see what I'm saying? I would rather see Josh Taylor box more, but I know Josh Taylor's not going to do that. Shout out to Boxing Futures, man. Shout out to Boxing Future. Shout out to Major Key Boxing. Yeah, man. We're gonna cover it more extensively tomorrow. Tomorrow we're gonna go live 7 o'clock UK time, which would be 2 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, which is my time right here in Miami, Florida. So we're gonna go early. We're gonna go an hour earlier tomorrow. You see what I'm saying? But Taylor will get lured into a war, and he probably can. It's a possibility that Jose Ramirez can clip him, because Taylor is the type of guy, he won't fight to his strengths. You hit him good, and he wants to go to war. You see what I'm saying? So I don't know, man. I'm now that I think about it, you know, because remember I told you guys I got Josh Taylor, but now that I think about it, man, I don't know, man. And I do know that Jose Ramirez, he didn't really look that great his last fight, right? He didn't look that great his last fight, but however, he is training with Robert Garcia. So I am a big, believer in trainers. Robert Garcia is the hell of a trainer. And we know Robert Garcia can put together a game plan that could pretty much nullify what Josh Taylor is going to do, right? But we do know that Josh Taylor, more than likely, he's not going to fight to his strengths. Josh Taylor is going to want to bang, go on the inside, and go to war and trade punches. You see what I'm saying? He's gonna want to go to war, and just like he had his Oswald the last time. Like Josh Taylor, man, in my opinion, I like Josh Taylor, but he has to become more of a disciplined fighter. You see what I'm saying? So, but I'm gonna take. It's a 50-50. It's a 50-50, man. I'm gonna roll the dice on Josh Taylor. Coach Ramirez did 3 camps for Postal because the fight was rescheduled. He was worn out. Yeah. You're right about that. But listen, this is what I'm saying. I don't like betting against Robert Garcia, bro. I don't want to bet against Robert Garcia. I listen, if you look at anybody who's trained by Robert Garcia, man, when they come in to fight, they are there. They are on point. They stick to the script. Josh Taylor mixes it up too much for me. I don't think he can afford to mix it up with Jose Ramirez, because even though Jose Ramirez did not look good his last fight, right? Even though he didn't look good his last fight, you can't base what's going to happen in the fight that's coming Saturday based on what happened in the last fight. You can't say, well, this would happen in the last fight, he gonna do the same thing this fight. You can't say that. You know what I mean? Fight, you gotta judge a fight based on on a fight by fight basis. Major Key, what you say, fam? What high school you went to and Dade? Oh yeah, you talking about the high school? Yeah, Carroll City. Carroll City High. So, and Ramirez, Peter Varnosh, you're right. Ramirez gonna keep coming. That's how the Mexican fighters fight. When the Mexican fighters, when they get you in the ring, they're gonna try to press you out. They're gonna keep coming forward. So it's really a 50-50 fight, to be honest with you. It's a 50-50 fight. It's really a 50-50 fight. I can't sit here and tell you that Josh Taylor has a huge advantage over Jose Ramirez. I watched both of those guys fight. He doesn't, in my opinion. Jose Ramirez is a bad boy. But both of these men are elite fighters. Both of these men are at the top of their division, and whoever wins, they're going to go ahead and move on to welterweight, and one of those guys is going to fight Terrence Crawford. Because Josh Taylor and Jose Ramirez is top-ranked fighters. Terrence Crawford is a top-ranked fighter. Terrence Crawford contract is up with Top Rank in October. So one of those guys is going to be food for Crawford. Because I don't see Josh Taylor or Jose Ramirez beating no Terrence Crawford. I don't care how good they fight. So, yeah, what you say, Coach? You say I believe on trainers. What about Malik Scott? Man, I don't know nothing about Malik Scott. George Ickles, I'm gonna be honest with you, brother. I don't know nothing about Malik Scott. That's why I say Tyson Fury gonna, more than likely he's gonna beat Deontay Wilder. I don't see nothing like he's an old, Deontay Wilder is an old dog trying to learn the basics. He's 35 years old, and Malik Scott is trying to teach him the basics at 35 after 40-something fights. He's just trying to learn the basics. That's crazy to me. But back to Josh Taylor. Taylor's resume is crazy for that amount of fights he's had. This is going to be a great fight. Yeah, it really is, because Josh Taylor had 17, 18 fights. Josh Taylor is a dog now. That boy can fight. But I just, man, I don't know, man. I don't know, man. That it's gonna be a good fight. And I'm gonna tell you something, JC. What you say, fam? Pressure. Exactly. If you watch any fighters, okay, I went to Palmetto, but hung out in Southridge crowd. Oh, okay, Major Key. Listen, if you watch any of Robert Garcia fighters, they fight the same way. They fight one way. They coming forward. And they throw a lot of punches. Why is Crawford calling out fighters at 140 when he's at 147? Crawford is not calling out fighters at 140. He's not calling them out. That's not true, Peter. Basically, none of the PBC fighters will fight him. There's this Cold War going on with Bob Arum and Al Heyman. So Al Heyman is not allowing Sean Porter to fight Crawford. Al Heyman is not allowing Spence to fight Crawford. None of the PBC fighters is going to fight Crawford. So what is he to do? You offer him money. They want career paydays to fight this guy. And they say they don't like Bob Arum and all of this stuff there. So, you know, it is what it is. I don't know about Crawford. He's not active. Yeah, he's not. Well, he fought in November. So I think he just coasting right now. He going to get this $4.5 million, this last check from Bob Arum, and he going to ride off into the sunset. I hope that he signs with Eddie Hearn. I hope that Crawford signs with Eddie Hearn. I would love to see that. Eddie Hearn making big fights. Go to the zone and fight on, and he'll have plenty of fighters over there. Go on the zone, get with Eddie Hearn, and it is what it is. That's what I would do. Or get with MTK Global, either or. But don't go to the PBC. Don't go to the PBC. Honestly, I don't blame them. Arum is SOB. Yeah, I mean, Arum is, but they fought. But this is the thing. Arum is an SOB, but guess what? Al Heyman is too. The difference between Arum and Al Heyman just don't do no talking. Al Heyman is the same way. Anali said people counting Wilder out, but in my opinion, he has a lot left. Yeah, Wilder, you can't count Wilder out. He's only had one loss. How do you count a man out that's only had one loss? You see what I'm saying? Like, just because you have no power or shorter reach doesn't make you less skilled. You see what I'm saying? Like, you cannot count, LOL. Crawford got called out by Keith Thurman yesterday, but Crawford wants to win Listen, Peter Von Arx, Crawford got called out by Keith Thurman. What does that mean, sir? Oh, he called him out. Crawford, listen. Let's go back in chronological order. And I understand you don't like Terrence Crawford, and that's fine. And I understand that you love the Gypsy Queen. That's fine too. When Terrence Crawford came to the division 3 years ago, he called out Keith Thurman. He called out Errol Spence. He called out Sean Porter. They said that, man, you ain't fought nobody. You need to get a belt. Errol Spence said, when you get that strap, and I have all the videos, but I know you're gonna dismiss it. I get it. I understand. So, they said he need to get a belt. He get a belt. Then they say he need to fight somebody. Then they said, well, he ain't been in the division long enough. Then they say, oh, you're on the wrong side of the street. You need to leave Bob and come sign with the PBC. All of this other stuff. Keith Thurman ain't fought in 2 years. So what does LOL mean? You got a guy who hasn't fought anybody in 2 years. He calling you out. What does that mean? Come on, man. Oh boy, it is what it is. You understand nothing about who I like. I like Crawford. He's not fighting anyone. That's fine, Peter. Whatever. Anyways, I understand nothing about what you like, and you don't understand nothing about what I like. So we'll just agree to disagree on that. But anyways, let's move on. As it relate to Josh Taylor and Jose Ramirez, that's gonna be a good fight. What's this narrative on the alphabet boards are spinning saying Bud apologized to Canelo and said he can't beat him? I don't remember Crawford saying he can't beat Canelo or wanted to fight him. Man, that's a whole lot what's going on. There's a whole lot of narratives being spent. Crawford ain't fighting nobody. He ducking this dude. He ducking that dude. These are the narratives that's being spent by all these different people who have agendas. You see what I'm saying? Bold and understanding, man, to try to keep up with all these narratives. I just realized now there's no need in me even, let these guys say what they're gonna say. They clearly don't know what the hell they're talking about. You know what I mean? So I can't really get into it with these guys. You know what I mean? I can't. So it is what it is. Moving the goalposts every time. You're right, Karma Serene. Eddie V. I think he should stick to the script and just try to KO everything. If he tries to box, it don't look confused. Tomboy style. Yeah, man. Karma, what you say, sis? Moving the goalposts every time. It's time to fight. Exactly. Goalposts always being moved. This is what they do, right? Listen, Karma, this is what they do. They'll throw all of these obstacles out there that they don't throw to anybody else. They'll throw all of these obstacles out there. And then they'll turn around and say, flip it and say, you the one was ducking them. And they fanboys is so delusional, they will ignore all of the obstacles that their guy threw out there against Terrence Crawford or against Joshua or against Canelo or whoever, and they'll turn around and say, yeah, he ducking him. There's no reasoning with nobody like that. There's no reason with nobody like that. So it is what it is. No one is paying Bum Thurman $10 million to come off a loss. Keith Thurman hasn't fought in 2 years. How was he going to call somebody out? He ain't fought nobody in 2 years. Thank you so much, Joey. Thank you so much, fam. He hasn't fought anybody in 2 years. How can I take a person serious who haven't fought nobody in 2 years? Keith Thurman can't even get a fight with Errol Spence, and they're on the same side of the street. Last time Keith Thurman fought, he got beat by Manny Pacquiao. He's been home having babies with his wife, and he pops up on social media every now and then, get Twitter fingers. Wow. All right, so anyways, Eddie Val, what you say, fam? Even in the mid-2000s, boxing already declined, soft by then, but 07 is people wasn't doing all the funny style cornball stuff. No, they wasn't, man. They wasn't. So I got kind of like now I see boxing is different right now, bro. Boxing is at a different place. I've never seen it like this. Billy Joe is lazy though. If he trained properly and stayed active, he might have done better against Canelo. Yeah, that's a possibility. Because Billy Joe had like 5 fights in the last 3 years or something like that, or 3 fights in 5 years. So he doesn't, he's not active. But it is what it is. I mean, and eventually that catches up with you. But I think right now, the level that Canelo is on, he's at an apex level right now. He's at an apex level. Analia, what do you say, sis? You say Thurman. Yeah, whatever happened to him? He's at home. He's at home in Clearwater, just having babies with his wife, and he's doing other stuff. He ain't boxing. He haven't fought in 2 years. So for Wilder to beat Fury, he would need to learn 4 years worth of boxing. Even that he may not be enough. All Wilder got to do is land that right hand one good time and make sure the Tyson Fury don't get up. That's the crazy part about it. Runtime Keith. Yeah, that's what they call him, Runtime Keith. Runtime Thurman. Ronald Finkel, what you say, fam? Winner of Taylor versus Ramirez is a good match. Yeah, it is. It's a good match. That's going to listen, bro. You know what, man? I don't know, man. Like I say, that's a 50-50 fight, bro. That's a 50-50 fight. I don't know. That's a pick'em fight. And now that I think about it, man, I don't know, man. Because Robert Garcia is like I know Robert Garcia fighters. Robert Garcia fighters, they will come to fight. They're gonna throw a lot of punches and they're coming forward. They're gonna throw a lot of punches and they're coming forward. And they're not gonna stop. They throw a lot of punches and they're coming forward and they're not gonna stop. You see what I'm saying? So, we could talk about active fighters. You see what I'm saying? As far as I'm concerned, like people like Manny Pacquiao, we know he's a legend. He's not an active fighter. He's retired in my eyes. Keith Thurman, he's not an active fighter. He hasn't fought in 2 years. He's retired in my eyes. We can talk about the active fighters. If you're sitting at home on your couch, cutting your ponytail off, don't on Twitter calling fighters out. Dude, you haven't fought in 18 months. You listen, Errol Spence don't even want to fight you, and y'all on the same side of the street. That tells you everything. You need to know about Runtime Thurman. one time, no time Thurman. You see what I'm saying? So other than that, that's it. You know, you can't sit back and, you know, and you can't sit back and wait on these guys. If they don't want to fight you, move on. And that's what I was saying with Anthony Joshua. Just move on. Fight Alexander Usyk. Alexander Usyk is going to be going to be a hell of a challenge for Anthony Joshua. You know, let them other dudes do what they do over there. You the cash cow of the heavyweight division. Nobody makes more money. There's a reason why people call you out, because and they want career paydays. And then when they call Joshua out, they want all kind of crazy money. When they call Canelo out, they want money that they never made before in their life. It amazes me. Like with Anthony Joshua, they say that Joshua, Terence Crawford, and Canelo. It amazes me that with these three fighters, it's something that I notice a trend. When people fight these three fighters, when they want to fight Anthony Joshua, they ask for all types of money that they never made before in their life, that they would never make fighting anyone else. Anthony Joshua's like an ATM machine. You see what I'm saying? Anthony Joshua's like an ATM machine. If I was Joshua, I would just, you know what? I'll just keep fighting my mandatories. Damn if you do, damn if you don't. You can't worry about the haters. The haters gonna say what they say anyways. The haters at home watching you make money. So I wouldn't even worry about that. Let Fury do what he gonna do. Let Wilder do what he gonna do. The Gypsy Queen versus the Twerkinator. Let them hash that out. Let them do their thing. And let them have after the trilogy match, let them fight the fourth time in the fifth. Let them just keep fighting each other. Let Wilder and Fury fight each other 5-6 more times. I was Joshua. I wouldn't fight neither one of them. They can call me what they want to call me. I'm not playing these crackhead games with them no more. I wouldn't. I'm just saying if it was me. You're not gonna make no money on me. I'm not gonna let you eat off me. You're not gonna eat off my table, the table that I built. It ain't gonna happen. You can go on Twitter, say whatever you want to say. No, man, your track record speaks for itself. We don't believe you. You lie too much. Can't believe you. Holla at you. Bye, Felicia. That's what you tell them, Joshua. Bye, Felicia. Crawford, same thing. Terence Crawford. They say he ain't fought nobody. He ain't done nothing in the sport of boxing. You know, 3-time, he's been a champion since 2014, 3-weight division champion, undisputed at 140. He has a weak boxing resume. He ain't done nothing. Okay, well, if he ain't done nothing, how come ain't nobody breaking their neck to go beat him? Somebody sitting at home, cut his ponytail off, having babies with his wife, and that's a beautiful thing. Haven't fought in 2 years. He calling him out. Well, hush. Anyways, and then when they want to fight Crawford, I need $10 million. Crawford ain't no draw. He's nobody, right? He easy work, right? Why you want $10 million to fight that dude? Skinny kid from Omaha, Nebraska. But when you fight everybody else, you want $2 million and $3 million. Come on, man. Anyway, it's a shame the Taylor fight is being overshadowed by this. Exactly. So, hey, Smiles, back if you're ugly. You're right about that, bro. You're right about that. That's a shame. There's no way we have a big fight coming up for Undisputed. And I'm gonna give them their just due tomorrow and Friday. We're gonna talk about Jose Ramirez and Josh Taylor, because nobody in the US is talking about this fight. Literally, no one is talking about this fight. You see what I'm saying? So this is what it is. So in the sport of boxing, you got a whole bunch of stuff going on in the sport of boxing that I've never seen before. These boxers are divas. These boxers, this is what gets me, right? You sit back and you talk about Anthony Joshua. You talk about Canelo. You talk about, them dudes cowards and they picking and choosing who they fighting and all of that stuff there and yada, 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 yada. But your favorite fighter is not even fighting people. Your favorite fighter, they won't even unify their division. When they come to Canelo, they want record paydays because they know they're going to get knocked out. So I understand that. I ain't mad at them for that. Anthony Joshua is a big dosser. He's easy to knock out, but I want $100 million to fight him. Jamal Charlo, bro, you got a net worth of 1.6 or $7 million. Lions only. You turned down several Andrade offers from Eddie Hearn. Now Jamal Charlo is saying he wants to unify the division now. He must have heard my video. Period. Fat Apples, what you say, fam? Some blame must lie with the WBC for keeping Wilder in power so long by hiring PBC spokesperson. Yeah. Listen, the WBC is a corrupt organization, fam. He's a corrupt organization. Tell me this. Explain this to me. Dillian White has been the interim champion for a while before he lost to Povetkin and got it back. Dillian White should have been fought Deontay Wilder for that WBC belt. Why Dillian White ain't never fought Wilder when he tried to fight him? Why did WBC allow Wilder to say, I ain't fighting him? Like, why? I don't get it. You see what I'm saying? The WBC allowed, these sanctioning bodies are very, very corrupt. They're very corrupt. Charlo versus Castano would be a good fight. I hope so. Graham, what you say, fam? AJ should just keep fighting mandatories. Exactly. Just keep fighting mandatories because all of his mandatories are top 10 fighters. No fighter, no heavyweight in boxing right now has fought more top 10 fighters than Anthony Joshua. If I'm lying, we can pull it up right now. No fighter, Tyson Fury or Deontay Wilder, has fought more top 10 fighters than Anthony Joshua. Neither one of them. And Anthony Joshua has had less fights than Tyson Fury and Wilder. So when it comes to that, you know what I mean? Like, come on, man. Like, this is crazy. Listen, Joshua, focus on your mandatories. If I was you, go ahead and fight Alexander Usyk because that's gonna be a hell of a fight. Fight Usyk. If you can get by Usyk, go ahead and fight your IBF mandatory. After that, go ahead and fight your WBA mandatory. After Usyk, fight another WBO mandatory. If anybody from Team Wilder or the Gypsy Queen call you after their fight and say, yeah, you know, we want Anthony Joshua, the big dancer, or we want Anthony Joshua, the coward, yada, 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 yada. If I was you, I would just ignore them. Say, we don't believe you. We went down this road 3 years ago with Wilder. That didn't work out. We went down this road 3 years ago, this year with Fury. That didn't work out. So guess what? We just gonna keep doing what we do on this side of the street and let Wilder fight Ortiz for the trilogy match. Let him have a trilogy match with Bermain Stubborn, who was with Don King. Let Wilder keep fighting them. Let Wilder keep fighting them bums. Let him keep fighting them. In a perfect world for me, I would rather see Peter say, Coach, will Wilder versus Fury 3 be a title bout? It's gonna be a title bout. They're fighting for the WBC strap. Fury got to defend that belt. That'll be Tyson Fury's first title defense ever in his life. Tyson Fury's been boxing, he says, since he was 6 years old. This will be his first title defense ever. So when you guys go to telling me that Tyson Fury is the greatest heavyweight champion of all time, and I get that in my messages from his supporters, my question to you is this here. I've never seen a fighter who was, quote unquote, the greatest heavyweight of all time never defend the title. Joe Louis defended his title 1,000,000 times. George Foreman defended. See, when you talk about the greats defend their titles. That's what defines whether you're great or not. You don't know how great a fighter is until he challenges himself with other great fighters. That's the definition of a great fighter. When you're able to fight other guys who are just as good as you, and you was to overcome that adversity, or even if you lose, you bounce back and you fight them again and you win. Or even if you don't win, you fought other great fighters. Tell me one champion in the history of boxing that's a Hall of Famer or considered great that never defended his title. I'll wait. Just tell me one, please. Anybody. If anybody in this chat who thinks Tyson Fury is the greatest fighter of all time, tell me one fighter in the history of boxing that was a great fighter, greatest of all time, that's had won championships, won belts, and never defended his title. Please. I mean, just tell me. I've asked this question 1,000,000 times, and all I get is deflection. I asked this question 1,000,000 times. Okay, listen, man. Okay, so tell me this. How many times this guy ever defended the title? Oh, well, Deontay Wilder was twerking. Sir, that's not what I asked you. How many times has this guy defended the title? Anthony Joshua, he got knocked out by 400-pound Andy Ruiz. Sir, that's not what I asked you. How many times has this guy defended the title? Oh man, you a hater. Sir, that's not what I asked you. How many times has this guy defended the title? They always deflect. They never answer the question. Never. They refuse to answer the question. Jack Spratt said Riddick Bowe ditched his belt to avoid Lewis. Yeah, but he defended his title before, though. That's what I'm talking about. So my point is Riddick Bowe wanted to fight Holyfield because that's where the money was at. That's where the money was at. You see what I'm saying? So that's all I'm saying. You know, and when I ask straight, hell, listen, even the twerkinator, Deontay Wilder, at least he defended his title 10 times. Regardless of his opposition, at least he defended his title 10 times. The guy says he would beat any heavyweight in history. Yes, he did say that. I got the video. I saved it. Kiran, I saved it, brother. The Gypsy Queen did say that. He said he'll beat any fighter in any era. I turned the computer off. I turned the computer off as soon as he said that. You have weak opposition in the heavyweight division in today's time, and you're saying that you will beat any heavyweight in any era. When your resume is weaker than sugar water. You by far have the weakest resume in boxing. You and Beyonce Wilder. The Gypsy Queen and Beyonce Wilder. But you're telling me that you will beat Ali's. You will beat Joe Louis. You will beat Joe Frazier, Big George Foreman. You will beat all of these guys. You're that great of a boxer. What are you comparing that to? Based on because you beat Sefer Seferi? Because you beat Odo Wallin? Well, I beat Vladimir Klitschko. Yeah, you didn't even knock him out. Anthony Joshua stopped him. That was a hug and kiss fest. Yeah, you beat him, but you just grabbed him and hugged him and gave him some sugar. Grabbed him and hugged him, gave him some sugar. That's all it was. I saw the fight. Like when they go to talking this crazy stuff about you will beat all these greats, and you ain't fought nobody great on your resume. I mean, bro, like you got it. Shout out to my main man, Sly Tennessees. Wilder say his record was better than Anthony Joshua's. Child to the please. Yeah, he has more wins than Anthony Joshua because he has more fights than Anthony Joshua. But who you fought? How many top 10 guys Deontay Wilder fought? I'll wait. How many top 10 guys Anthony Joshua fought? I'll wait. So, I mean, yes, I get it. I get it. Deontay Wilder, he feeling himself. And his fans is feeling him. And I understand that. And it's truth be told, Wilder is supposed to say that. He's supposed to say that his record is better than Anthony Joshua's. He's supposed to say that. Tell him what's going on, fam. Tell him, yo, sorry, I've been inactive on this channel. I got a lot of studies, bro. Hey, man, I understand, family. Listen, man, life goes on, brother. You got to take care of everything you need to take care of. Tell him ain't nothing wrong with that, man. You don't owe no apologies, bro. You got studies, man. Keep doing your thing, man. I wish you much success, fam. I wish you much success. Shout out to my brain man, Tell him, man. Shout out to Tell him. Deontay Wilder's suit was made by a gay couple. True stories. I don't know. I don't know who made the suit. You know what I mean? But you say Lady Wilder fan say that to your face. They won't. They're all keyboard warriors. I just try to keep the boxing, man. I just try to keep the boxing, man. I had this one dude telling me he pull up and come to his house and he got shooters and this and that. Like, bro, it's a joke at this point. And this is a Tyson Fury fanboy who told me this. Fury basically walks with Klitschko for 12 rounds. That's it. And he talked like that was one of the greatest victories ever. He talked like it was one of the greatest victories. All of us saw that Vladimir Klitschko Tyson Fury fight. It was one of the worst. It was one of the worst boxing matches I've ever seen in my life. There was no action in that fight. Hit him one time, hit him 2 times, grab him and hold him. Give him some sugar. Hit him 1-2 times, grab him and hold him. Give him some more sugar. Put your hands behind your back, throw a jab, grab him, hold him, give him some sugar. Then when Anthony Joshua fought him 18 months later, when you got to him, he was old. I had already done beat him. Man, there's no comparison. Anthony Joshua put Buddy to sleep. Stopped him. And that was after he got knocked down and got hurt by Vladimir Klitschko. That's the fight that catapulted Joshua's career. It wasn't the fact that he beat Vladimir Klitschko. It was the way he beat him. It was the way he beat him. Also, I feel like people do not give Joshua enough credit and always say that he fights old men, but he fought motivated Povetkin. Yeah, I mean, listen, bro, listen. When they don't like you, there's nothing you can do to make him like you. I'm not even from the UK. Joshua is a UK fighter. If you know anything about Americans, they like to stick with their countrymen. But then American fans are very fickle. They will turn on their countrymen as well. In the UK, you guys never turn on your fighters and you support your fighters. Your fighter could be fighting on Mars. Fans from the UK would get on a plane, get on a space shuttle, and fly to Mars to watch their fighter fight. In the USA, it's different. Fans in the US are very fickle. You know what I mean? I'm just being honest with you. Fans in the US is very fickle. We'll love you today and turn on you tomorrow. UK fans, you guys are gonna ride with your fighter no matter what. And that's what I respect about y'all. I really do. I respect that about y'all. But I'm not going to I'm not going to love a fighter to a default. I'm not going to love a fighter to a default. I love the sport of boxing. I'm not in love with a particular fighter. I love the sport of boxing. You see what I'm saying? Fury was practicing body shots with light heavyweights. He's going to the fight. Yeah, listen. Yeah, man. What you say? Don't ask me. UK fans are turning against Fury. I wonder why. Southern Realist, what you say, fam? Hit the like button for the coach. Yeah, man, I appreciate that, man. Y'all hit the like button. Hit the like button and share the video. Listen, smile back. What you say? Some people did turn on Joshua after that speech, though. Yeah, man, but okay, yeah, you're talking about the Black Lives Matter speech? Yeah. But they'll never turn on Tyson Fury, and he said all kind of stuff. Man, this whole scenario makes me miss Ali even more. Nissan Warrior, I just missed the era. Right now, these fighters today, and it's across the board. It's not just the heavyweight division. It's not just with Tyson Fury and Wilder. It's across the board. If you go all the way down, just certain divisions, it's just too much diva stuff. These guys do more talking on Twitter than they do fighting. And then they go to talking about I'm big fish and I'm a draw and this and that. And I mean, this is coming from fighters who do terrible numbers. This is coming from fighters these fighters are delusional. And then they turn around and say, okay, this fighter got beat by such and such. This is a sport of boxing. Welcome to the sport of boxing. You win some and you lose some. Because Joshua lost to Ruiz, does that make him less of a man or less of a fighter? And then when he come back and beat the brakes off of Ruiz for 12 rounds, you ignore that. I mean, the confirmation bias when it comes to that's why I say, man, when they go to talking about who's pound for pound, this and that, everything is very subjective. Everything is very subjective. Fat Apples, what you say? I'm suspicious how Bob Arum being an ex-lawyer, you got it so wrong. Could they have set this up for Clout? Absolutely, they did. Bob Arum didn't get it wrong. Eddie Hearn the one got it wrong. It wasn't Bob Arum. Bob Arum knew what he was doing. He was playing with a young 41-year-old promoter named Eddie Hearn. They ran circles around him. Now he got fooled and played. Eddie Hearn went through this twice. So now, I hope he learned this lesson. Because let me ask you guys a question. If it was Eddie Hearn's father, Barry Hearn, he never would have got tricked like this. Never. Barry Hearn never would have got tricked like this. You see what I'm saying? So this is what happens when you have an inexperienced 41-year-old promoter who's a new booty to the game, and he's dealing with these old dinosaurs who specializes in lying in the sport of boxing and tricking, playing all kind of games and stuff. And that's what it is. That's all it is. All the Ronnie say, I've been a student of the sport of boxing. Then I studied Fury. He has a mental block with defense. That's the left. That's the left. Oh yeah, that he left the sport when he had a rematch against Vladimir. He's fixing to do the same thing. Yeah. But Wilder. And this is the thing that gets me. People say, Slide Tennis, what you say, fam? I think social media is ruining boxing. Yeah, man, these guys here, man, and that's what it is. This is the thing that gets me. They only use the triangle theory when it comes to somebody threatening their favorite fighter. Exactly, and that's what confirmation bias is. Basically, they want to use that theory when it comes to their favorite fighter. That's exactly what it is. And they feel like they have to protect him. We got to protect him. We can't allow this. We can't allow this to go down. We got to protect him. We know he told us 25 lies, but that's okay. That's okay. He's just playing head games. This is what he do. Look at you. You got knocked out by such and such. Ali lost fights. Julio Cesar Chavez lost fights. Canelo Alvarez lost a fight. If you look at all of the greats in the sport of boxing, they have most of the greats have one thing in common. They all were great fighters, but they lost as well. So you're going to clown a guy from losing one fight and just ignore all of the great fighters who have lost fights in the past. All of the greats have lost, except for maybe a couple. You can say Floyd Mayweather, he didn't lose, and you can say Rocky Marciano didn't lose. All of the greats have lost. But your bias and dislike for someone is so passionate that you want to point that out. He lost to a top 10 fighter, Andy Ruiz was a top 10 fighter. I think he was number 3 when he lost to him. You see what I'm saying? So that's what it is. So basically today, man, boxing is just a bunch of diva stuff. One guy talking about you on the wrong side of the street. One guy said, well, you ain't fought nobody. One guy said, oh, man, you know, I'm big fish. Another guy says, I'm the gypsy queen. I'm the greatest fighter of all time. I beat anybody in any era. Another fighter said, I'm the hardest hitting puncher ever in the history of boxing. In order for you to say that, sir, you would have had to fight those fighters. You can't say you're the hardest hitting puncher in the history of boxing. I mean, that's good from a promotional standpoint. But when you're fighting a bunch of Uber drivers and taxi cab drivers, of course you're gonna look good. You fought a drug addict, a coked out addict in Tyson Fury, and he stopped you. So what you saying? You see what I'm saying? Elvis, what you say, fam? Ricardo. Oh, yeah, Ricardo Lopez. I forgot all about him, 51-0-1. Oh, yeah, Calzaghe. So my point is, you know, you got, it's very few fighters lead the sport of boxing without a loss. Very few fighters. Tony Lyons, what you say, fam? I believe Wilder will beat Fury in the third fight. You know, I am not even a Wilder fan. I just think it's going to be stronger. Yeah, I'm not going to lie to you, man. I'm rooting for Wilder. Did not Tyson Fury block off. I was a fan of Deontay Wilder. I don't hate Deontay Wilder at all. I was a fan of Deontay Wilder. And this is the truth. I've been consistent. What did I fall out with Deontay Wilder about? All of the excuses. You lied on Mark Breland and said that he poisoned your water bottle. Then you told Kevin Aoli that the costume drained your legs. You said Tyson Fury had egg weight in his glove. Your fans turned around and said that Tyson Fury took on the cushion out of his gloves. You said the referee was cheating for Tyson Fury and he was drunk. That's when I fell out with him about that. That was it. And then the twerking and stuff. And then the saying that, you know, if scientists can come out with something where they can come up with the way that men can have babies, I would love to experience that. And then that's when I said, hold on, man, I can't support this. I can't support this. I can't, you know, because the era that I come from, heavyweights don't talk about having babies from their women. Heavyweights don't talk about getting pregnant. So when I call stuff out like that out, then I'm hating. Then I'm hating. I'm just saying, you know what I mean? Man, I'm a Fury fan, but I think that Wilder has a good chance. Yeah, I'm just saying, like, and everybody just dismissing Wilder. Well, you see what Fury did to him in the second fight. He gonna do the same thing in the third fight. I don't know about that. If you know anything about the sport of boxing, you know this. Anything can happen. What if in the first fight when Wilder dropped Fury in the 12th round, what if the referee would have waved it off? We wouldn't even be having this discussion right now. Because if it was any other referee, they would have waved that fight off. Wilder is not going to win, but it's a risk fight. Anything can happen in the sport of boxing. Exactly. Anything can happen in the sport of boxing. I can't say Wilder not going to win. I can't say that. I will say this, though. This is what I will say. Malik Scott is not a better trainer than Sugar Hill. So Tyson Fury has a huge advantage over Deontay Wilder because you have a guy in Malik Scott who took a dive against Deontay Wilder. He took a dive against Deontay Wilder. And now you're trying to learn the basics. You're trying to learn stuff that Tyson Fury already knows how to do. So is it a good chance that Tyson Fury would beat Deontay Wilder? Yes, it is. there's a really good chance that Tyson Fury would beat Deontay Wilder. But is that a guarantee that Tyson Fury is going to win? No, it's not. I've seen fighters. Let me explain something to you. Julio Cesar Chavez had a fight with Mildred Taylor back in the 90s, early 90s. Mildred Taylor was beating the brakes off of Julio Cesar Chavez. If it would have went to the scorecards, he might have got robbed, Mildred Taylor. But if it went to this is how convincingly he was beating Chavez. And Mildred Taylor's face was all swollen and he was bleeding and everything. Guess what happened? It was like 2-3 seconds left in the fight. Bam, he got dropped. He stood up. Richard Steele was the referee. Talked to Mildred Taylor. He was looking at his corner. He didn't respond to Richard Steele. He waved the fight off. Anything can happen in the sport of boxing. For all you saying that Wilder don't stand a chance, you do not know nothing about the sport of boxing. I can already tell you that. Either you don't know nothing about the sport of boxing, or you are so biased that you just can't see it. Fast, coach. I thought the fight was over. I've been the ref. If I've been the ref, I would have stopped the fight. Good thing I'm not the ref. What if Wilder land that punch again that he landed in the first fight and Fury don't get up? Then what? See, I kind of want to see Wilder knock Tyson Fury out, because then I get to look at Fury fanboys, not his fans, his fanboys and Wilder fanboys. Both of y'all beat each other. And I'm gonna tell you why this fight is going to be big. Charlo, what you say, fam? Sorry about that, brother. Coach, if Fury was to pummel Wilder again, do you think Malik Scott will have the balls to throw the towel in after what happened in the last fight? Nah, Malik Scott ain't gonna throw the towel in. He gonna let him get beat. The referee could probably stop it though. But I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I don't see that happening again though. I don't see Wilder getting beat like that the way he did the second fight. I just don't see that. I think he's going to have his legs up under him this time. He understands. And look at it. What Tyson Fury did to Wilder, he didn't do anything special to him. This is what people fail to realize. Fury didn't do anything special to Wilder. All he did was rush him, put all his weight on him. He threw a 1-2 to get in there. He ate the right hand a couple of times. And when he got close, he put all his weight on Wilder. That's all he did. He caught him with a good shot on the ear, which made his inside his ear bleed a little bit. But he didn't really do too much. Lennon Lynn said, Coach, do you feel the ref was slow on the count in the first fight? Wilder knocked Fury ass out in the 12th. Yeah, listen, no, he wasn't slow on the count, but if it was me, I would have stopped that fight. I'm just being honest with you. I would have stopped that fight. If it was Richard Steele, that fight would have been stopped. If it was any other referee, that fight would have been stopped. I'm just letting you know. And that's what happened. But we're kind of glad he didn't. But when you sit back and look back at it, kind of glad he didn't stop the fight. Tyson Fury said he don't even remember how he got on the mat, how he got on the ground. That's how hard he didn't even know how he got there. So what if the ref would have stopped that fight? We wouldn't be talking about I'm the only undefeated heavyweight. We wouldn't be talking about that. But guess what? Jack Reese, he won't be the referee. Sly Tennessee say the count wasn't slow. Fury power shots are poorly thrown. And this is the thing, like Wilder got dropped by, you look at that second fight, look at the body shot he got hit with. And he fell. Something was off with Wilder that night. I'm not saying he wouldn't have gotten beaten by Tyson Fury anyways. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is this. I'm not getting caught up in the moment. Something was off with him that night. What it was, I don't know. Or it could be a possibility that Wilder could want to beat Tyson Fury up so bad that he may go in the ring and do like he did the first fight. Load up on punches, forget everything that they did in training camp, and just say, I'm going to depend on the right hand. You see what I'm saying? So it won't be a 4-fight if Wilder wins, even though it should. Wilder probably going to be like, nah, you screwed me over. I'm gonna return the favor. Yeah, and he should. He should. So if you look at it, look at it the way Fury evades punches, he ducks and leaves his face wide open. Exactly. And if you look at the Billy Joe Saunders and Canelo Alvarez fight, how he was ducking down and ducking his head down, Tyson Fury did that same thing in the first fight, and that's how he got dropped both times. What you say, Ed, wait for him. Jack Reese was proved correct. Fury was fine to continue. It depends on who you talk to. He was proved correct according to you because you was probably wanted, you got the outcome that you wanted. But if it was if it was Richard Steele, that fight would have been stopped. And if that fight would have been stopped, he would have been proven correct as well. Wilder got dropped by the softer punching guy. He did. He absolutely did. That's why I say something was off with him that night. From the first round, something was wrong with him. Now, I'm not saying that the water bottle was spiked or what. I'm not saying any of that. All I'm saying is Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder deserve each other. I want them to have a quadruple fight. After the trilogy, fight the fourth time, fight the fifth. Just keep fighting each other. Coach, did you feel the gloves were tempered? Nah, I don't feel like the gloves were tempered. Fury just beat Wilder ass that night. That's all. I don't think the gloves wasn't tempered. I ain't going down that rabbit hole. They checked Tyson Fury gloves right when he got out of right before he was getting out of the ring, just like they checked Deontay Wilder gloves. Wasn't nothing wrong with that man gloves. Now, why they were showing his knuckle print in the glove? Maybe they say that he probably used the gloves that have horse hairs in them, but that still fall on Wilder's team because they didn't make no argument about that. They allowed him to fight with those gloves. And then for you to say that Tyson Fury had egg weights in his gloves, and you're gonna have to show me, okay, how did he do it? How he was able to do all of this and fool everybody and get away with it in today's time in Las Vegas. If you look at the fight, what did Tyson Fury do that was so special against Deontay Wilder? He rushed him, put him on his back foot. That's all he did. Wilder cannot fight off the back foot. And Wilder, he went at him in the beeline, and Wilder, by him not having any footwork, he don't know how to get out of the way. If Wilder knew how to spin and get out of the way, if he had footwork, he never would have got caught up in stuff like that. Never. Nothing was wrong with Wilder other than he kept eating Fury's left jab in the first round on. It looked like something was wrong with him to me. To me, he looked like he was off. And it happened just like when Mike Tyson fought Buster Douglas, it looked like something was wrong with him from the first round on. Does that take anything away from Buster Douglas? No, it doesn't. Does that take anything away from Tyson Fury? No, it doesn't. But this fight is going to be so big because of the drama around the second fight. Because everybody who followed Deontay Wilder believes in their heart of hearts that Tyson Fury cheated. Everybody who believes in Deontay Wilder, who follows Wilder, believes in their heart that Tyson Fury cheated. And that the ref and the Nevada Athletic Commission, Mauricio Suleiman, the referee, Vada, who does the drug testing, JD Mark Breland, all of them believe that all of these people conspired against Deontay Wilder for him to lose his belt to allow Tyson Fury to cheat. All of them believe that. Coach, you speaking facts. Any other time, the ref would have stopped it. Yeah, they would have stopped it any other time. Topaton say Fury bullied him. Yeah, he won't be able to bully Deontay Wilder this third fight. The question is, what's going to make this fight so interesting? People want to see what is Deontay Wilder going to be able to do different to make adjustments. And what will Tyson Fury do different? Thanks for the compliment, fam. Hi, MC. No, HJMC. Thanks for the compliment, fam. What is Tyson Fury going to do different? Yeah, I know that. That's why I say the glove. I don't believe in glove gate. I don't believe that Mark Breland, the guy who's been in your corner for all of these years training you to become a champion, is all of a sudden going to turn on you and poison your water. Why would he do that? And Vada gave you a drug test and after the fight, and they didn't find nothing in your system. You are Tyson Fury's system. See, when you make these allegations and you don't have nothing to substantiate it, that's what I had a problem with Deontay Wilder. Tony Lyon saying Fury is really not that hard to hit. A lot of people say, look at Odo Wallin. He took Fury 12 long rounds and bust his eye and sent him home with 48 stitches. You listen, all you got to do, go to the body. If you look at that fight, Odo Wallin was going to the body. He was going to the body. When he went to the body, what was Tyson Fury doing? He dropped his arms and tried to roll with it to keep from getting hit with the body. Then he got split. He had 2 cuts on his own right eye from that left hook. Odo Wallin. Never even heard of the guy before in my life prior to Tyson Fury fighting. Split him to the white meat. I agree. Wilder wasn't off. He just didn't train like Fury. Yeah, irregardless of what. If he didn't train, that could have been it. Am I making excuses for Wilder? Nah. Am I taking the victory away from Fury? No, I'm not doing that. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying to me, he looked off. Whether it was he didn't train or his baby mama had him on child support or whatever. I'm saying to me, not to you, to me, he looked off. Does that mean he was going to win that fight anyways? No, doesn't mean that. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. You see what I'm saying? I'm not saying that. But in my opinion, he wasn't going to beat Tyson Fury that night anyways. Not that night. That night, Tyson Fury had his number. That night, Tyson Fury had his number. Fury Wallin should have been stopped. If it was any other fighter, that fight would have been stopped. I've been watching boxing long enough to know when you have cuts. Listen, I'm finna prove it to you guys. When Lennox Lewis fought Vitaly Klitschko, Vitaly Klitschko had a real bad cut on his eye. What happened? The referee, they stopped the fighting and they gave it to even though Vitaly Klitschko was giving Lennox Lewis that work, was giving it to him, but Lennox Lewis cut him. And the cut got worse. They stopped the fight, and Lennox Lewis won by technical knockout because the doctor said, "Man, this guy's eyes too damaged. Man, don't let him go. Don't let him continue." Even though he was not hurt, he was not wobbling. He was taking the crime to Lennox Lewis. But when Tyson Fury fought Odo Wallin, and he had a very similar cut on his eye, the referees let it go 12 rounds. The doctor ain't say nothing. Literally. You see what I'm saying? Literally, that's what happened. The exact same circumstances, different outcomes, though. Coach, for your info, Odo Wallin fight was close, mainly because Fury lost too much weight. Then we're not making any excuses. If there was nothing wrong with Deontay Wilder, sir, with all due respect, if there was nothing wrong with Deontay Wilder when Tyson Fury beat him, according to what some of the people in the chat are saying, there was nothing wrong with him. Tyson Fury is just his greatest fighter in the world, and he dominated Wilder that night. And that's not an excuse. Then we ain't gonna make no excuse for Tyson Fury when he fought Otto Wallin. We're gonna keep that same energy. Otto Wallin took the crime to Tyson Fury. We don't want to hear nothing about he lost too much weight. Nah, he got his ass whooped that night. He got whooped that night. Yeah, we know he won the fight, but Otto Wallin took the crime to him. We can't switch narratives when it comes to Wilder. If I say, well, he looked kind of off that night, we can't say that there was nothing wrong with Wilder. Fury just beat him down. But then when it comes to Tyson Fury, and when Otto Wallin split his eye open and was taking the crime to him, we can't turn around and say, "Oh no, we got an excuse for Otto. We got an excuse for Fury. This is why that happened." No, we can't do that. We can't do that. No, we're not gonna do that. No, sir. We're gonna keep the same energy. So I disagree with you. I disagree with you on that, brother. Tell us I disagree with you on that. We're just gonna agree to disagree on that. You know what I mean? But I'm just saying, like, certain fighters get certain benefits of the doubt. One thing that I will say with Deontay Wilder, I see this fight going one or two ways. Wilder is going to be either motivated because he got a lot riding on this fight. Deontay Wilder got a lot riding on this fight. He got beat. He got embarrassed last year against Tyson Fury. And not only did he get embarrassed, Tyson Fury threw a concert in the ring. I think he was singing Sweet American Pie. And then he went on a victory tour and went to selling. And then Wilder made all these excuses. And then Fury has been celebrating ever since he beat Wilder. Fury hasn't had a fight since he fought Wilder. Tyson Fury has not had one fight since he fought Wilder. He's still celebrating that Wilder victory 15 months later. 15 months later, Tyson Fury is still celebrating, I beat Deontay Wilder. Why Fury has not had a fight, I have no idea. Why Wilder has not had a fight in 15 months, I have no idea. And we still don't know if Fury and Wilder are going to fight each other. You want to know why I say that? Because we are dealing with Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury word don't mean nothing. Nothing. Tyson Fury is the only guy that I know. The only time you know he's going to have a fight is if you see him in the ring. You're dealing with the guy who has mental health issues. He likes to snort that coke. He likes to drink. And every time he moves his lips, he's lying. So we have no idea what the Gypsy Queen gonna do. I know Wilder gonna be there. Wilder gonna be there. Is Fury gonna be there? I don't know. But Wilder is either gonna use this as motivation. Wilder's gonna either use this as motivation, and he's gonna allow his anger and hatred to fight even harder, or he can be so angry and want to hit Tyson Fury so hard that he may load up on his punches because Wilder doesn't have any footwork. See, this is what Tyson Fury can box circles around Tyson Fury, around Deontay Wilder. Coach, you don't think Wilder's going to put on the same character? Or is he going to be real and actually be serious? No, man, Wilder motivated right now, bro. Wilder motivated right now. Wilder right now, man, You got to understand, bro, he's been embarrassed. It's not the fact that he got beat. It's the fact that he got embarrassed. He got humiliated. He got embarrassed and humiliated in front of all of his fans. And then everybody's picking on him, like myself, because he made all these excuses. Robert Brown say Fury said he never had mental health issues. Fury is a pathological liar. Case in point. Case in point. I think Fury will be motivated by the undisputed bag. I think that undisputed bag is long gone. Anthony Joshua, I don't give a damn who win this fight. Don't fight neither one of them. You ain't gonna get paid off of me. After the shenanigans that Tyson Fury just pulled, him and Bob Arum, do you really think that Anthony Joshua gonna want to fight this guy? You can't believe anything Tyson Fury says. Tyson Fury can say, yes, I beat Wilder. I'm ready to fight you, AJ. AJ gonna be like, man, you lie so much, man. I ain't finna waste my time with you. Anthony Joshua don't need Tyson Fury to make $75 million. He made more than that fighting Andrew Ruiz in Saudi Arabia. He don't need Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury need AJ. Tyson Fury, after he beats Mr. Angus, what you say, fam? Coach, who's going into Fury's dressing room to check the gloves? Diaz again? Man, I don't even know, man. I don't even know. Check the gloves. And then check him in the locker room. Check him when he get in the ring. Check him in between rounds. I don't know, man. I have no idea. AJ looks like he bangs far harder when he is hitting the pads than Wilder. I still believe he has more power than Wilder, despite the steel rods in his hand. Yeah, I don't know, fam. I don't know. AJ has a better technique. Now, Wilder got popped though. No, Wilder got popped. He got popped now. And all he needs is a split second. You know what I mean? Fear was self-destruct because Wilder and AJ want him badly. And he knows it's his turn to fall. Everybody fall, brother. If you look out throughout the history of boxing, there's only a handful of guys who's undefeated. Most of them take losses. Fury backed out of the fight with David Price too. Yeah. WBO has given Eddie Hearn and Joshua 48 hours to make the Fury fight, or he must face Usyk. I think they have moved on. WBO can't tell Eddie Hearn them to make the Fury fight. That fight is gone. Fury can't fight nobody but Deontay Wilder. So that's it. Now I'm looking forward to Wilder. I'm rooting for Deontay Wilder, bro. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I was a fan of Wilder. I'm rooting for him to knock Tyson Fury block off. That doesn't mean Wilder's going to win. That doesn't mean that. Wilder still can't box. He's still not a better boxer than Tyson Fury. Wilder trainer is not better than Sugar Hill. You know, let's be realistic, guys. Tyson Fury has all the advantages that Deontay Wilder don't have. Tyson Fury has footwork. He's not going to stand right in a straight line. He's going to be moving around. Tyson Fury has footwork, and he understands that Wilder cannot fight on the back foot. So when everybody get excited, coach, he makes more than that in sponsorships. Yes. So James Burrell, what do you say? AJ don't need anybody to make money. No, he doesn't. AJ lost to a nobody. Everybody loses, bro. Ali lost to a nobody. What does that mean? What does that mean? He lost to a nobody. And you said all that to say what? Don't know nothing about the sport of boxing. Anyways, let's see. Robert Brown says Fury about to retire because everyone would be looking at his gloves and the rest of his career. Taking a loss doesn't mean falling. Yeah, these guys who tell me that because Joshua lost, that's crazy. That's crazy. These guys don't know. They just started watching boxing 2-3 years ago. Literally, I can tell just based on what they say in the comment that they just started watching boxing 2-3 years ago. Didn't nobody know who Hakeem Rockman was? He knocked Lennox Lewis out. 20-1 underdog. Didn't nobody know who Buster Douglas was? He knocked Mike Tyson out. If you know anything about the sport of boxing, anybody can get it at any given time and any given night. So when you tell me, this guy say Fury will never lose. This is a fanboy. You need to go to a Pro Tyson Fury channel. We don't like fanboys over here. Bye, Felicia. If I offend you, I do not apologize. You're new to this channel. If you knew better, you'll do better. Bye, Felicia. All right. Anyways, but yeah, anything can happen in the sport of boxing. Wilder looked good on the pads, but no footwork, just standing still. Exactly. Angus, they are telling me that, you know, all the Alphabet Boy channels. Do you see how Deontay Wilder was looking on the pads with Malik Scott? No, that ain't. He didn't look all that to me. Angus, he's 35 years old and he's learning stuff he should have learned 20 years ago. He's an old dog. And you trying to teach this old dog new tricks. Let me pull this camera back some. They trying to teach an old dog new tricks. And what they need to do, Angus, is what? Show Deontay Wilder how to fight off the back foot. Because Tyson Fury put him on his back foot. Now, I'm going to tell you something, though. I'm going to tell you something now. If you watch the Spilka fight, when Deontay Wilder fought Spilka, if you watch that fight, Spilka was putting Deontay Wilder on the back foot. Spilka came in there real fast. In a split second, pop, he got caught that right hand and Wilder got out of the way. If Tyson Fury is not careful, he can get caught like that. Because what Wilder can do, he can bait Fury up. He can bait Fury into making him think he's retreating, Fury will say, oh yeah, he's going backwards. I'm finna rush him like I did the second fight. And then pop, catch him. And then Fury can be asleep. If you study the Spilka fight against Deontay Wilder, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Now, I know what you guys are going to say. Oh, man, Spilka ain't nobody. He's the bum. He ain't nobody. Tyson Fury ain't nothing like that. Yeah, but Tyson Fury got caught with that right hand that second fight as well. He got caught with the right hand about 3-4 times. My point is, anybody can get caught. That's my whole point. If you've been stuck, if you know anything about boxing, anybody can get caught. I've seen it happen 1,000 times. Shout out to my main man, Shadow Ghost. Shadow Ghost on boxing. What's good, my dude? What's going on, brother? Ain't seen in a while, man. What's going on, fam? I hope everything working out good with you and your family. So they getting all excited, getting the Holy Ghost, doing the Tootsie Roll, one leg up, bankhead bounce, electric slide, the prep, the floss, talking about, well, you see Wilder on the pads. Okay, let's see what he look like in sparring with somebody hitting him back. Let's see what he look like when someone is making him go backwards. Let's see what he look like when somebody's leaning all on him and hit him to the body and stuff like that. That's when I get impressed and excited. You see what I'm saying? Show me that. Bruce Leroy said that Spilka was a C-level fighter and gave Wilder hell. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. But guess what happened? He got caught. He got caught. So, you know what I mean? So, other than that, that's it. Like, he got caught. Leighton Lynch, what you say, fam? What you say, brother? You say, coach. Remember, we only saw small clips. They may be working on footwork and just not showing it. Yeah, that's a good possibility too. They could be working on footwork and just not showing it. You're right about that. Because you don't want to give away too much. That's a possibility. There's also a possibility that Tyson Fury can come in this fight overconfident. There's also a possibility that Tyson Fury can say, oh, he's a big dog, sir. You know, I beat him last time. I want to beat him like I did again, and yada, 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 yada. And bap. What you say, explain what Fury could have done about the arbitration. Tyson Fury, your boy, I'll let you deal with that. We ain't even getting into that. So, again, like, anything can happen. Anything can happen. So, for all of you saying that Wilder doesn't stand a chance, you just started watching boxing about 2-3 years ago, maybe 5 years ago. Hakeem Rockman didn't stand a chance against Lennox Lewis. He knocked Lennox Lewis out. Buster Douglas didn't stand a chance against Mike Tyson. He knocked Mike Tyson out. Leon Spinks didn't stand a chance against Muhammad Ali, and he had 7 professional fights. He beat Muhammad Ali. Throughout history, we talk about Hall of Famers, fighters who were Hall of Famers, lost to fighters who were 20 and something underdogs. So I can tell by what you say in the comment that you are either a Tyson Fury, you are in love with Tyson Fury, 1, you are a Tyson Fury fanboy, 2, or 3, you just started watching boxing 2-3 years ago. Only a fool would count Deontay Wilder out. Only a fool would count Deontay Wilder out. We don't know how that fight gonna play out. Anything can happen. Fury can get cut. Fury can get caught with that right hand. Fury has a lot of flaws he does in the ring. Fury has a lot of flaws he does in the ring. I get it. If you are a diehard Tyson Fury fan, he's a perfect fighter. He does everything perfect. I get that. Guess what? You're wrong. You're looking at Tyson Fury through biased eyes. And you're not looking at it through the you're not looking at it from an analytical standpoint. You can't even break down the fight. You can't even tell me, okay, look, man, when he put his foot right here on the outside, what is he trying to do? He put his foot on the outside because he's trying to set this up. He put his foot on the outside of Wilder right foot, his lead leg, in order to take this away. Oh, okay. Why he keep throwing the left foot to the body? He throwing the left foot to the body. He keep doing the same thing. Why does he keep doing that? You can't even break the fight down. What you say, Retro Boxing? Tell them, coach, anything can happen in the heavyweight division. Exactly. These dudes a lot of these guys, they just started watching. They just started watching, and they just, they just in love right now. So when you tell me, salute the Irish boxing. So when you tell me that Wilder doesn't have a chance, you clearly just started watching boxing yesterday. I don't even listen. I don't even listen to nobody who tell me stuff like that. I said, yeah, that dude just started watching boxing about 2-3 years ago. He hate Wilder and he loves Tyson Fury to a default. That's what that is. I already know what it is. I could tell by the comment what it is. I already know. I know by the comments. What side of the fence you on, how long you been watching the sport of boxing, and whether you're a fanboy or a fan, or whether you're a Wilder hater. I already know. KB, what you say? Coach, I believe Wilder knocks out Fury early, and he's going to fight, going into this fight, thinking he would do the same thing. We don't know exactly. King Midas, what you say? Lennox Lewis was much better than McCall or Rockman, and he got knocked out by both of them. So when somebody tell me that Wilder don't stand a chance, they clearly don't. They know nothing about boxing. I can't even have a discussion with a person who tell me that. I say, okay, sir, have a nice day. I won't even debate you because you know me coming from a knowledgeable standpoint and you coming from a position of ignorance as it relate to the sport of boxing, you will not understand anything I'm saying. I'm speaking Chinese to you. I'm speaking Mandarin to you. It'll be a waste of my breath. It'll be a waste of my breath. How does a man that has 40 knockouts don't stand a chance against a guy who got dropped by cruiserweights? Explain that to me. How does a guy who has 40 knockouts don't stand a chance against a guy who got dropped by cruiserweights? And who has a weak chin? So, and one thing I know this, again, either Wilder's going to learn from what happened in the second fight and he's going to make adjustments, or he's going to be so emotional that he's going to load up on that right hand and not execute the game plan that they have set for. Wilder doesn't listen to his trainers. So I'm going to say this, and I'm going to do a recap of this. Tyson Fury has a better trainer in Sugar Hill. And I love Emmanuel Stewart, his uncle, RP to the great Emmanuel Stewart. He has a better trainer. And Tyson Fury is a better overall boxer than Deontay Wilder. This is facts. Wilder is not going to know or learn everything he needs to learn in these 15 months. If they fight in July, this is May, June, July. So in 2 months, they're going to fight. So when they fight in 2 months, that's going to be 17 months. Both men have been out of the ring. Both men have been inactive by the time they fight in July for 17 months. Both men would have been inactive for 17 months. Right? Both men, Bruce Gold, salute to you, fam. Both men would have been inactive for 17 months. Tyson Fury is a way better boxer than Deontay Wilder. Yeah, I saw that. We know this. But does that mean, is there a guarantee that Fury is going to come in there and he's going to beat Deontay Wilder? No, it's not. The element of surprise is a mother. The element of surprise is a mother. So this is what I'm saying. Do you really think Fury has a weak chin, coach? Yes, I do. I think it's decent. It's not an iron chin, but someone with a big right hand from Wilder in the second and shrugged it off. Yeah, but the first fight he got dropped twice with that right hand, and he was knocked out for like 3 seconds, according to what Fury says. And Fury got dropped by cruiserweights. He got dropped by cruiserweights. So that's all I'm saying. Now, has he recovered from punches? Yes, he has. But remember, they said the same thing about Anthony Joshua. So when Anthony Joshua get dropped, they say he's chinny. He can't take a punch. When Fury gets dropped, he's not chinny. He can take a punch. Yeah, hey, that's a perfect analogy. When Anthony Joshua gets dropped, Tyson Fury fans say, see, Anthony Joshua is chinny. He can't take a punch. When Tyson Fury get dropped by cruiserweights, did you see how he took that punch? He's tough. That proves he can take it. You see the narrative? confirmation bias. Fury and Wilder deserve each other. Both layers and both duckers. Yeah, both liars and both duckers. I guess that's what you're trying to say. They are both holding up the heavyweight division. You know, I mean, yeah, they need each other. I think Tyson Fury and Wilder need to have, after they have the third fight, they need to have a fourth fight, a fifth fight, a sixth fight, and a seventh fight. They just need to keep fighting each other. No, KB, if Wilder wins, it ain't gonna be no rematch. Wilder walking away from this dude. That guy says Wilder has 3 knockdowns by 1 blowed up cruiserweight. Oh, you mean Fury? Fury has 3 knockdowns by 1 blown up cruiserweight. Yeah. But they don't want to talk about that, though. They don't want to talk about that. They don't want to talk about that at all. They won't talk about that at all because it doesn't fit the narrative. It doesn't fit the narrative at all. It doesn't fit the narrative at all. Angus, yeah, coach, but that was some punch from that cruiserweight. Fury didn't even see it. Yeah. So that's all I'm saying. Me personally, I don't have a dog in the fight. I don't have a dog in the fight. I don't care nothing about Tyson Fury. I don't care nothing about Deontay Wilder. I don't have a dog in the fight. But I will say this: for you to say that Tyson, for you to say that Deontay Wilder doesn't have a chance, you just started watching boxing 2-3 years ago, or you just that you suffer from a bad case of confirmation bias. You just, you know, in the heavyweight division, everybody have a chance. Everybody have a chance in the heavyweight division. Alexander Usyk has a chance against Alexander Usyk has a chance against Anthony Joshua. You want to know why? Alexander Usyk has excellent footwork, and that boy can box. For all the Anthony Joshua fans who feel like, oh man, Joshua just gonna smash Alexander Usyk, clearly, you underestimating Alexander Usyk. I'll say that. Alexander Usyk can fight. Do I think he's going to beat Joshua? Hell no. But am I going to say he don't have a chance? No, I'm not going to say that. He has a chance. And Tony, what do you say, fam? AJ shouldn't even give Fury the time of day. That's exactly what I say. Don't even give him the time of day. Coach, perfect example is White getting chinned by Povetkin. Exactly. And Povetkin was 40 years old. Let's count how many times Wilder and Fury mentioned AJ's name to help still. Exactly. Exactly. They're gonna keep calling Anthony Joshua's name. I would Joshua, move on. You got 3 belts, Anthony Joshua. Keep fighting your mandatories. And let Wilder become a mandatory for one of your belts, or let Fury become a mandatory for one of your belts. And that's the only time where you'll fight him. Because they both of them clout chase your name. I get it. A lot of people hate Anthony Joshua. I get it. I don't know why. They hate the man. That's fine. That's perfect. You can do that. Sugar Ray Robinson and Rocky Marciano got dropped a lot. And we know how great they were. Exactly. Elvis, you hit the nail right on the head. But these fanboys don't know nothing about the sport of boxing. They don't even understand that. And you're talking about 2 men who were Hall of Famers. Sugar Ray Robinson is my favorite fighter of all time. These fanboys that say because a guy lost to a fighter, his career over with. This is how blinded they are. They said the same thing when Joshua lost to Andy Ruiz. You had the Fury fans saying, "Oh man, you see what happened? He can't beat Andy Ruiz. I don't even know what he rematching him for." And over here, you had the Wilder fans, and even Wilder clowning Anthony Joshua. And look how karma came back around and bit Deontay Wilder. Fury smashed him. He clowned Anthony Joshua when he lost to Andy Ruiz, but then turned right around and lost to the Gypsy Queen on Black History Month. And then they said Joshua can't beat Andrew Ruiz. He too much for him. He shouldn't even rematch him. He should go fight a tune-up. Do you remember that? Joshua don't have heart. But what he did, he said, no, fat boy, we're going to run that back. We're going to run that back. Ran it back with him. And what he did, beat him for 12 rounds. The same guy who they said couldn't beat Andrew Ruiz the second time. The same guy who they said he should go have a tune-up against. This was the same guy, and then let's go to Wilder. Wilder can't say, oh, man, when Wilder get Fury in the ring for the second time, you know what, he going to knock him out. Both camps, biased as hell. And what happened? Fury stopped him. And then when he stopped him, they made up all kinds of excuses. Because coach with greatness will come hate. Some people, same problem with Canelo. Exactly. Irish boxing, bro, exactly. People ain't hating on Otto Wallin. Unfortunately, coach, people hate those that are on the top of the tree. Yeah, exactly. Sugar Ray Robinson had 200 fights. And that was 15 rounds back then. Crazy. Exactly. Sugar Ray Robinson had a loss, and then he won 120 fights straight after he had that loss. This like you could tell what people say in the chat, how long they've been watching boxing. You could tell just by what people say in the chat whether they are fans of the sport of boxing or they just started watching boxing when they fell in love with Tyson Fury, or when they fell in love with Deontay Wilder, or when they fell in love with Anthony Joshua, or fell in love with Floyd Mayweather. You can tell. You can tell. Yeah, they do don't know nothing about boxing. R.I.P. on the Roger Mayweather when he said you don't know ish about boxing. Like you can literally tell. You can literally tell just based on what they say. You have great fighters who have boxed throughout the history of boxing, who have got beat by lesser opponents, who have got upset. You can fight a guy, and that guy might have the best fight of his life. And that night may not be your night. And he can beat your favorite fighter that night. Might not can't beat him a week after, or a month later, or 2 months later, or even a year later. But that night, he was the better guy that night. There have been plenty of fighters who have lost and came back and avenged their losses. You see what I'm saying? It's happened. And Tony Dillon, what did he say on Usyk is the dark horse? Yes, he is. After Fury beats Wilder, he will force AJ to fight him. He can't force AJ to do shit. He's a liar. We don't believe nothing Fury says. He ain't forcing AJ to do nothing. Fury can go back and get on coke for all I care. He ain't gonna force AJ to do nothing. He's a liar. You can't trust nothing he say. Don't believe anything he say. Fury will probably fight you next though. That'll be a good fight. You and the Gypsy Queen fighting each other. Can't nobody force the A side to do anything. Joshua's the A side. They can't nobody force him to do anything. I wouldn't give Tyson Fury the time of day after this stunt. That ship has sailed. You ain't eating off of my table. I would not even give you the opportunity to fight me to make no big money. You lie too much. Don't trust you. Don't believe you. Keep my name out your mouth. I ain't calling. Call my phone. I won't even answer. You can say what you want to say about me. I do not care. Go back to the UK. Do what you've been doing. Gain 400, 500 pounds again. Get back on coke and start drinking. I do not care. That's what I would do if I was Anthony Joshua. You don't need Fury. You got plenty of money. Everybody want to fight Anthony Joshua for a reason, because he's the cash cow. Period. And that's facts. What you say, Sugar Ray Robinson and them old time greats fought 5 and 7 times a year, prize fighting level. Exactly, man. Exactly. These guys who just started watching boxing, man, they don't know nothing. Some people talk about Wilder's supposed improvement, but in my opinion, there's a big chance that Fury would be more improved one prior to the second fight. Yeah. You know, that's a possibility too. Some people thought Pulev has a chance against Joshua, yet he turned his back, didn't want none of that smoke. Yeah, they listen. Everybody gonna beat Joshua, and then when he beat him, they turn around and say, "Oh, the guy wasn't nobody." The guy wasn't nobody when he beat him. You see what I'm saying? AJ wants undisputed. He has no choice but to fight Fury. What you mean he has no choice? He does have a choice. He ain't got to fight Fury. Fury might retire. Get back on coke. Go to drinking again. Go back to kissing Fury in the mouth. AJ can just bid his time. Say, okay, you know, I'm gonna just wait. Let Fury, if he win, that's if he win. Let him keep defending his belt against other people. Dillian White will be up next for that strap. Let Fury fight Dillian White. AJ ain't got to be in a rush to fight him. He's a liar. Can't believe nothing he says. If Fury can come out right now and say, I got a contract, I want to fight you right now, I'll sign it, doesn't mean anything. This man is a liar. Don't trust him at all. We don't need him. We don't believe you. Fury don't want to fight AJ. I'm not saying, and I'm not sure he wants to fight Wilder. He just has no choice. He just wants another Uber driver. Yeah, don't believe him. Care nothing about him. Care nothing about the Gypsy Queen at all. I don't. Don't care nothing about the Gypsy Queen. Y'all can call me a Tyson Fury hater. I have no problem with that. I have no problem with that. I care nothing about the Gypsy Queen. He can go back to tongue kissing men all he wants. Get back on coke and gain 500 pounds again. All I care. I don't respect nothing about that dude at all. Nothing. I don't respect nothing about Bad Body Fury. I don't. I respect fighters who do what they say they're going to do. I respect fighters who don't play head games and don't lie. I respect fighters who sign contracts to fight and honor their contracts. That's what I respect. I don't respect fighters who talk about they want to go undisputed. We're going to have this big fight and knowing damn well that he won't end up fighting somebody else. Fighting somebody else. I don't respect clout chasers. You had a venue booked 3 months in advance. Notice them Fury fans, when you go to talk about Fury kissing men in the mouth, they don't say they quiet on that. They be quiet as a church mouse on that. They'll talk about Deontay Wilder twerking all day, but when it comes to showing Tyson Fury tongue and kissing men in the mouth, as a matter of fact, there's a matter of fact. Let's do that. Let's do that. As a matter of fact, let's do that. Let's do that. Let's do that, man. Let's do this. The Gypsy Queen. See, we're gonna keep that same energy over here. We're gonna keep that same energy over here. See what I'm saying? This is how we're gonna do it. We're gonna keep that same energy over here. For all you, Deontay Wilder was twerking. And Deontay Wilder, he twerking. And he said he wanted to have a baby from his wife. For all of that, for all of those guys, I got something for you right now. I want to see what there's only one Tyson Fury. I want to see where you're at right now. Because if you pick that Wilder for twerking, Smith and West, what's going on, fam? If you pick that Wilder for twerking, surely I know you're not gonna give this a pass. Oh man, come on, man. Don't do this to me, man. Don't do this to me. Don't do this to me. Nah, I got to do it, man. I got to do it, man. I got to do it. Smith and West, what's going on, fam? No, man, I'm just addressing some stuff right now. Hold on. Here we go. Oh, look at Tyson Fury. Look at him. Here we go. Him and his boo, Sefa Safari. There we go. Let me go ahead and share this right quick. Y'all. You know, this is for the Tyson Fury fans who, if you pick that Wilder for twerking and you pick that AJ, he got knocked out by a fat boy and all this other stuff. What you say, Jeff Lucietto? Wilder need his tubes tied. Yes, sir. I'm glad you said that, brother. So, Jeff Lucietto, this is for you, brother. This is for you. Here we go. Let's do this. Jeff Lucietto, this is for you, brother. Wilder need his tubes tied. Tell me what does Tyson Fury need right here. Let's do this. No, I want that smoke. Here we go. Surely you remember this. Do you remember this, Jeff Lucietto? All the Tyson Fury fans, do you remember this? Is this the one where you give him sugar? Hold on. This might not be the one. Oh, yeah, this the one right here. They smiling. Look at that. They smiling. Look at them. Come on, is this the one? This might be the one, guys. Yeah, this the one right here. This it. Here you go. Tell me what you got to say. What you got to say, Jeff? Talk to me. There we go. Look how Ben Davidson looking in the background. Let's do a recap of that. Look at Ben Davidson. Look at that look on Ben Davidson's face. Hey, man. Look at that look on Ben Davidson's face. Look right there. So, look right there. So for all you Tyson Fury fans, look at that look on Ben Davidson's face. Look at that look on Ben Davidson's face. Jeff Lucietto, where you at, baby boy? Where them Tyson Fury fans at? I'm looking for you. Look at that look on Ben Davidson's face. You got a bisexual champion. Tyson the Gypsy Queen. That's why I call him the Gypsy Queen. So if you are a Tyson Fury fan, and if you can pick at Deontay Wilder from twerking, what about your boy? Jeff Lucietto, you said what you say about it. You say Wilder need his tubes tied. What does Tyson? What does the Gypsy Queen need? Look at the look on Ben Davidson's face. Watch how he put his head down. Watch how he put his head down in disgust. Look how he putting his head down like, and look at the passion in Fury's eyes. Look at the passion in Fury's eyes. You feel me? Y'all don't hear me though. Y'all don't hear me though. I'm just getting started. Oh, this ain't the only one. Let me show you another one. This for there's only one Tyson Fury. This for y'all. If you're gonna pick on Wilder, keep that. If you're gonna pick on Wilder, if you're gonna pick on AJ, keep that same energy. Keep that same energy. I don't want to hear nothing about no Wilder twerking from no Tyson Fury fans until you address this. Until you address the twerkinator. Until you address Tyson Fury giving men sugar, and then I don't need to give him sugar. Look at the look in his eyes. Look how Ben Davis put his head down. But no, hold on. But let's keep going though. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. We ain't finished yet. We ain't finished yet. We're not finished yet. Surely you didn't know. Surely you didn't surely you had to know I wasn't gonna give you a pass on this. You talking to me about Anthony Joshua. Anthony Joshua, he's a pumped up weightlifter. He got knocked out. He got beat by 400-pound Andy Ruiz. Ha 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 ha. That's what they say. Tyson, Deontay Wilder. I gave him the name the Twerkinator. That came from me. He twerking. He this, he's that. Ha 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 ha. Okay. All right. Tyson Fury is the greatest of all time. He doesn't have questionable moments. Tyson Fury fanboys will look at it and be like, they haven't seen it. Now, we ain't seen nothing. Well, yeah. The Twerkinator versus the Gypsy Queen. One wants to have babies, and the other one likes kissing other men in the mouth. They deserve each other. They deserve each other. No, we ain't finna get on Deontay Wilder. We don't did that already. We don't got on Wilder already. It's the Gypsy Queen turn. This the energy I'm coming with when it come to the Gypsy Queen from this point forward. I wonder what MTK Global got to say about this. I'm just saying. I'm saying. You know, these are the same guys who pick at Wilder. How you gonna pick at Wilder? But then when it comes to the Gypsy Queen, it's something totally different. Wilder grand opening. My brother Jeff Lucietta. Jeff Lucietta, what you say? Jeff Lucietta say, no, brother, you gotta address this. Jeff Lucietta say Wilder grand opening of first all-male pregnancy clinic. What about so that means Fury gonna be in there too, right? Fury gonna be in there too, right? Lennon say, what you say? Badass Coach said, so when Wilder catch you, it's over. And so far, no one has avoided being caught. Oh, I'm not finished though. I got another one. I got another one. And like DJ Khaled say, and another one. Jeff Lucietta, this is for you. This for you, Jeff Lucietta. Shout out to my brother Jeff Lucietta. Shout out to Jeff Lucietta. This is for you. Right now, I'm a DJ tonight. And this is for all of all of the lovers out there, all of the guys who have champions who like to give other men sugar. This is for you. Yeah. No. We ain't gonna see what we're gonna do. We're gonna keep that same energy. We're gonna keep that same energy, man. We have to. Nah, Jeff, I ain't roasting you, brother. I ain't roasting you, brother. I'm just saying we got to keep that same energy though. And we gonna pick on Deontay Wilder. We got to be fair. We got to be fair. This dude say, Simba, the Alabama King, yo man, stop disrespecting Wilder. You a fraud. You're on the wrong channel, Simba. Simba, you're on the wrong channel. Simba, you're on the wrong channel, sir. You need to go to Simba. You need to go to one of the Alphabet Boy channels, sir. That's where you need to go at, Simba. This ain't the spot for you. Simba, you need to go to the Alphabet Boy channel, sir. There go another one right there. There go another one for you. Right there. Here go another one for you right here. That same guy, he's sticking his tongue out with, he grabbed him by the face and planted one right on his mouth. Here go another one. Here you go. Blowing him one. He's sitting there looking dead serious at Fury. Fury blowing him one. Come on, man. Oh, I can go on and on and on. Oh, there's more. There's more. But you get my point. That's another one. Last time I checked, that one his wife. But I'm gonna end that one there right there. Simba, you never laced up a pair of gloves. Yes, I have, sir, for 5 years. I understand you hurt, Simba, the Alabama King. I get it. You're hurt, sir. Your feelings is hurt. You need to go somewhere else, sir, so your feelings won't get hurt. I roast who I want to roast. You don't like it? Leave. Bye, Felicia. Simba, if you don't like it, leave. Bye, Felicia. If you don't like it, sir, leave. Bye, Felicia. Take your ass back to Alabama. Simba. Take your ass back to Alabama. We don't need you over here. If I offend you, Simba, good. Anyways, you can stay right here, though, Simba. I ain't gonna block you. You can stay right here. Stay right here so you can get your feelings hurt. So we got the Twerkinator from Alabama versus the Gypsy Queen. That's gonna be a good fight. Maybe after the fight, they can kiss and make up. Philip Fly, what you say, fam? Why Silva here? Go back to 7A Sports or Blue Ball. Yeah, that's what he need to go back to, man. Silva in the wrong. Silva, you came to the wrong spot, man. Hello, okay, I need to go hit something after seeing that. And I'm a girl crying out loud. Sunshine, I'm sorry about that, sis. But I had to do it though. I had to do it, Sunshine. Because I'm just saying we gonna keep the same energy. We're gonna keep the same energy. If you're gonna jump on Beyonce Wilder, the Twerkinator, for twerking and saying he want to have babies from his baby mama or his wife and get pregnant, you gotta address the Gypsy Queen. This is why I call him the Gypsy Queen. See, I call Deontay Wilder the twerkinator because he likes to twerk. And he likes having babies like Beyonce. Right? That's why I called him that. Because that's what he said out of his own mouth. That he wants to have. As a matter of fact, Symbol, I got something for you, brother. I got something for you, Symbol. Hey, this is for Symbol. Symbol, this is for you. The Alabama, what you say, you the Alabama king, Symbol? Shout out to Symbol, y'all. We gonna do this for Symbol. Symbol, I got something for you, man. Symbol, I got something for you. Stay right here, Symbol. Don't go nowhere now. Don't go nowhere, Symbol. Don't go nowhere, Symbol. I got something for you. Symbol. Symbol, I got something for you. Where you at, Symbol? You on the wrong channel, sir. Listen, anybody get it? You on the wrong channel, sir. Here you go, Symbol. Symbol, the Alabama king. Here you go, brother. I got something for you. I know your feelings hurt. I get it. I understand. You say I'm hating, right? Here you go, Symbol. Let me do this. Symbol, let's read this. Let's read this, Symbol. Symbol, where you at, Symbol? I know you're still here. You like saying my name, dude. Yes, I do, sir. And you like coming to this channel. So, Symbol, here you go. This is from your homeboy from Alabama. This how y'all roll in Alabama, huh, Symbol? I would love to experience what women go through, says Deontay Wilder. Deontay Wilder admits he would like to take the opportunity to get pregnant if it was possible. Boxer Deontay Wilder has admitted that he would love to carry a child if scientists ever invented a procedure that would allow that to happen. Bruiser Wilder has knocked out 39 of his opponents during a glittering boxing career, but called women the most powerful thing on earth, and that he would love to experience pregnancy and childbirth. Bye, Felicia. Wilder, at 33, has 7 children, including a daughter who suffers from what she's suffering from. You see what I'm saying? He calls himself a mother goose and ahead of his huge fight with Tyson Fury on Saturday night in Los Angeles. That was the first fight. Mother goose. Mother goose is what he called himself, Symbol. Symbol, are you still there, brother? Symbol, are you still there? Bye, Felicia. We holler at you. What you say, Symbol? Symbol say, stop saying bye, Felicia. People used to say that in 2004, bro. No, sir, they said it in 1995 when Friday came out. I could tell you young. You probably wasn't even born in 1995. They said it in 1995 when Friday came out, the movie Friday. You're on the wrong channel, sir. You need to stroll on down the Alphabet Road, go to the Letter People's channel. You're on the wrong channel. You 48. You's a fool, sir. You 48 and you's a fool. You mad at me about what I'm doing on my channel. With all due respect, Symbol. I'm showing you what your champion, what your homeboy said from Alabama. I never heard Muhammad Ali say that he want to have babies and get pregnant. I never heard Mike Tyson say that. I never heard Lennox Lewis say that. I never heard Evander Holyfield say that. Rocky Marciano. I never heard Sugar Ray Robinson, Sugar Ray Leonard, Marvin Hagler, Hearns. I never heard any of the champs say that. You schooling me now. You schooling me now, Symbol. You wanted some attention, I'm giving it to you. You a year older than me. You say you're 48, I'm 47. You're on the wrong channel, sir. Anyways, shout out to my main man, Simba, man. Simba, man, shout out to you, sir. So now, Deontay Wilder, Tyson Fury, they deserve each other. They deserve each other. I don't care how you slice it. I don't care how you dice it. They deserve each other. They really do. It's ironic how everything come back around. They deserve each other. But Wilder, let's get back on the fight. Wilder needs to focus on working. Wilder needs to focus on fighting off the back foot. Wilder needs to focus on fighting off the back foot. Wilder need to study. But I'm gonna say one thing. I'm gonna say one more thing too. Hey, yeah, I'm not even gonna address you anymore, brother, because I know you looking for attention. But one thing I will say too. There's another way I can see Wilder losing this fight against Tyson Fury. If he hasn't learned from the mistakes he made in the second fight, there's no way he's going to beat Tyson Fury. I'm going to tell you guys what I mean by that. Because if in Deontay Wilder's mind, if in his mind, he believes the only reason he lost is because his water bottle was spiked, Tyson Fury cheated and had egg weights in his gloves. Tyson Fury took the padding out of his gloves. The referee was cheating for Tyson Fury because he was drunk. And so we got two different versions of glove gate. We got referee gate. We have water bottle gate. And then we have the costume gate, because he said the costume wore his legs out on his way to the ring. If he truly believes that that's the only reason why he lost that fight against Tyson Fury in the second fight, he's going to lose the third fight. I can tell you that right now. Do you want to know why? Because he ain't gonna make no adjustments. He's not going to make any adjustments. How can you make adjustments when you clearly don't feel that you did anything wrong? You see what I'm saying? So I'm happy. All roasting aside, I'm gonna start roasting on Fury for now. Start roasting on Deontay Wilder. All roasting aside, what I hope is this. I hope Wilder look himself in the mirror. I hope Malik Scott let Wilder know the truth. Bro, look, this is why you lost. You lost because of this, and this. We have to work on these things so that when you fight this guy again, you won't get caught up in the third fight the way you got caught up in the second fight. Now, again, Tyson Fury has a huge advantage against Deontay Wilder. Do you want to know why? I'm going to tell you why. Because Tyson Fury is a better fighter. He's a better boxer, period. Tyson Fury has footwork. Tyson Fury has some of the best footwork in boxing. Now I'm throwing the roasting out. I'm throwing, I ain't talking about Tyson Fury, the Gypsy Queen, and I ain't talking about Beyonce Wilder. We ain't talking about, I'm just calling this boxing now. Tyson Fury has the best footwork in boxing. Not in boxing, but he has the best footwork, in my opinion. I was going to say in the heavyweight division, but Alexander Usyk has damn good footwork. So Tyson Fury has probably, it's out of him and Alexander Usyk who has the best footwork in the heavyweight division. You're going to have footwork in order to be able to beat Fury. So Wilder has some things he needs to work on. And if he's still in denial about how he lost the second fight, there's no way he's going to beat Fury in that third fight. Now, Wilder does have a puncher's chance. A lot of you said that in the chat. Wilder does have a puncher's chance. So because of that, that's the reason why you can give Wilder a chance to beat Fury. Because that's what Benny Bishop, you said he got Wilder's number. The only way we'll know Benny Bishop, to be honest with you, fam, if Fury has Wilder's number, he would have to beat him in the third match. If he beats him in the third match, then we can say, you know what, man, he fought you the first time, it was a draw. He fought you the second time, he stopped you, and he fought you the third time, he beat you. He beat you 12 rounds or he stopped you. That then we would know that if Fury has his number. You see what I'm saying? Because I thought Fury won the first fight, to be honest with you. I thought Fury won the first fight. And I'm just being honest. The 2 rounds I gave Wilder was 2 rounds he knocked Tyson Fury down. You see what I'm saying? So if Wilder, and another thing too about Wilder doesn't listen to his corner. So maybe Malik Scott can, get Wilder to listen. I doubt it, but maybe he can get him to listen. I doubt it. You see what I'm saying? But the thing is, Wilder has a history of not listening to his corner. And the fact that he's 35 years old and he's learning boxing basics. He's learning head movement. He's learning footwork. At 35 years old is very troublesome to me. It's I don't want to say troublesome. It's encouraging, but it's troublesome at the same time. Because how are you 35 years old, Deontay Wilder, right? You're 35 years old and you are learning, you are just learning something that you should have learned 15 or 20 years ago when you first started boxing. I think he started boxing when he was 18. So 17 years ago. You're just learning how to do something that you should have learned 17 years ago. Everybody in the sport of boxing that's boxing right now know how to do what Deontay Wilder is doing, which is just the basic footwork, head movement, how to slip punches. You see what I'm saying? How to throw feints. He's learning that with Malik Scott at 35 years old. Tyson Fury knows how to do all that stuff. So realistically, when you look at it like that, and this is just me being as fair as I possibly can on both sides. Realistically, when you look at it like that, there's no way that you can see Wilder beating Fury. So I do get that argument for the pro Tyson Fury fans. I get that argument based on that. But in the heavyweight division, all it takes is one punch. If Wilder can land that one punch perfectly, if Wilder can time Fury coming in with the bull rush, well, I don't want to say bull rush. Tyson Fury didn't really do no bull rush. When he came in throwing and looking. And Wilder just threw his hands up like this. Wilder threw his hands up like this. He didn't counter. He didn't catch him. Like when he was coming, he didn't say, pow. He didn't catch him. He just threw his hands up like this. The thing is, what you say, buddy? You say Wilder started boxing at 20. Okay, well, yeah, that's even, he started boxing at 20, so 15 years ago. Wilder has to, Wilder's at 2 disadvantages. He doesn't know the basics. He's trying to, which is the footwork, and he has an inexperienced trainer in his corner. Malik Scott. This is probably why Tyson Fury is so confident that he'll beat Wilder. This is why he's so confident. But again, this is the heavyweight division, guys. I keep telling you guys, if Wilder was to win, don't be surprised. Don't be surprised if Wilder wins. Do not be surprised. Do not be surprised if he wins, because he can win. He can win. That's all I'm saying. So listen, man. So listen, I really love rocking with everybody. You know what I mean? I know I might have hurt some feelings today, man, but you know, it is what it is. You know me, I'm gonna try to be as straight as I possibly can. We're gonna keep that same energy. We're gonna keep that same energy. And we're gonna talk about Wilder twerking and wanting to have babies. We're gonna talk about Tyson Fury kissing people, kissing men in the mouth. You know what I mean? But outside of that, we have Jose Ramirez and Josh Taylor fight coming up. I know I told you guys that I got my money on Josh Taylor. Now I don't know, man. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I really don't know. I'm having second thoughts right now. I'm having second thoughts right now because I'm gonna tell you something about me, guys. I'm gonna tell you something about me. When I look at fighters, I also look at shout out to my brother Retro Boxing, man. Please go to Retro Boxing and watch his and subscribe to his channel. Bro, let me tell you something. This guy right here know more about the sport of boxing than I can ever know. I don't profess to know everything. This guy knows more about the sport of boxing than I can ever. This guy is like a boxing historian. And I'm not, this is not hyperbole. Like literally. Please go to Retro Boxing and Documentaries. Please subscribe. I'm telling you, man, you're gonna see a lot of old throwback fights, you know, like literally. But yeah, man, that's it, bro. Like, so that's it. So Jose Ramirez, Josh Taylor, I'm shaking in my boots about that fight right now. I'm like, I don't know, man. That's a 50-50 fight. And when I pick fighters, I also look at their trainers. I look at who's training them. A lot of people don't look at the trainer. I look at the trainers as well. I look at the trainers. Bro, I'm telling you something, man. Robert Garcia, man. You listen, you know what you're going to get from a Robert Garcia fighter. And if Josh Taylor was to get in a war with Ramirez, I don't know if that's going to be a good idea. And Josh Taylor like to get in wars. So I don't know, man. I don't know. That's a pick 'em fight. That's a pick 'em fight, guys. But we're gonna cover Josh Taylor and Jose Ramirez tomorrow. We're gonna cover Josh Taylor and Jose Ramirez tomorrow, man. Once again, man, y'all please go to Retro Boxing. Please go there. And the fact that we haven't been talking about it, so I'm gonna talk about it tomorrow. We're gonna talk about it Friday. We're gonna pick who we like, and I'm gonna cover the fight as well. So other than that, man, guys, man, I got love for everybody, man. I really do got love for y'all. Even what's my main man, Simba, Alabama King, even you, Simba. Other than that, guys, listen, man, it's our boy Coach Malachi Williams representing for New Media Today USA Boxing. You know what I mean? Got love for everybody in the chat. Signing out and peace.
Man, I'm out of here, bro. Let's go.